Hey. Before we start this joint, I just want to let y'all know it's the first of the month. Bone Thugs, give me money. Shout out to our man Complicated Kai for whipping up this brand new intro. Hey, check this out, man. 99 days for kickoff. Run that thing.
Eureka. We make plays every day, yeah. 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 We make plays every day, yeah.
Yeah, that shit fucking rock. Hey, that makes it all the way official. We got all the homies in the intro this time. And without further delay, because we are 99 days away from kickoff, we're going to get you to curve or not to curve. That is the question. Whether it is nobler in the mind to draft player A or player B, Shakespeare, give me money. And hey, like I said, no further delay. Let's bring in my fellow co-host that I'm proud to share the panel with. Starting off with the most notorious man in the fantasy industry. It's the 420 Fantasy Hustler.
Oh, yeah. I'm hyped. We're getting ready to smoke. Shout out to the 420 crew.
Yeah.
We got Sir
days away.
Sir Bong's a lot plugged with Jay and Devin are in here early. What up, peeps?
Yeah, what? Shout out to Plug. Shout out to Barnes a lot, man. Shout out to Dev, bro. You know what I mean? Hey, check this out. Speaking of Plug, man. I mean, shout out to Plug because this next man I'm about to introduce to y'all, you know what I'm saying? Plug was the bridge to me discovering the ill content and the dope isms that is known as Heart to Start, representing the Heart to Start Fantasy Podcast. Heart to Start JD.
What it do, Playmakers? Another motherfucking Wednesday, man. 99 days, man. You know what I mean? That 99, that's how we used to throw it up at Sac High, man. I'm class of 99. Let's get it. That's a significant number to me. So, man, it's going to be a hell of a show. Thank you for having me, bro. Dope-ass intro, too. That motherfucker, A. Kyrie. Stay happening, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, Kyrie's A1.
And a couple more people will shout out real quick. What up, Lee?
What up, Lee?
What up, Dion?
Prime time.
David P in the building.
What up, Dave?
Yeah, and Jay the Plug shouting out Heart to Start.
Yeah.
And Anthony MathQuest. What up, homie?
And man, shout out to Plug again because
Plug
is helping with the next step.
My bad, Bogey.
No, it's all good. I was gonna say Plug got the next segue to our next host, bruh. Because also hailing from Lafayette, like our man Plug, it's the pride of Lafayette, the raging Cajun, representing an entire nation of gurus. It's our man Spencer the Guru.
Woo! What's happening, Playmakers? Let's get it, man. I'm really excited for this one. 99 days of kickoff to curve or not to curve. Let's just say, there's going to be a lot I'm curving, but there's some I like too, so we'll have to see how it goes. But yeah, really excited to be on here. Love that new intro, man. Keep doing your thing, Kyrie.
Hey, he was hitting that gritty in there.
He was hitting the gritty on there.
I love it. That means he just scored a TD. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Representing Louisiana in that thing.
You should have had the Tito's bottle in your hand hitting the gritty on their ass.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Hey, they probably would have gave us money, man.
Right? Yeah, I'm gonna break that bitch out later tonight. I got my beer in there, but shit, it's gonna get rowdy. It's gonna get more lit as we go.
Oh my mama.
What up, Albert? What's going on? And Jay said that new intro is fire. Hell yeah, we all agree, man. He's doing his thing over there, making us look real good.
You know what I'm saying? He really captured what it is when Bogey's on the shroom.
Yeah. The background is a lot different than that first one. Is getting a little bit more wild. I like it.
Yeah, I like it. Variations, right? You know what I'm saying? And once again, man, everybody go check out my man Complicated Kai or Complicated Prod on IG. You know what I mean? If you want to get some work done, that's Complicated with a K. Complicated Prod. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he does all kinds of shit. He's more than just sports. Hell, he's all up in Vegas filming shit. Like he's everywhere with it.
Videos.
He live up
videos.
Yeah, music videos and shit. Yeah.
He's doing a project for one of my guys, Beware, for his nonprofit organization.
Nice.
Hey, Kai is a hell any game too though. So and I fuck with the game my damn self. Oh my moment.
Shout out to Jerry. He said, "What up, Shroomies?" Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah, I'm definitely here. That's for sure.
Luigi is in the building.
Luigi will be here real
lightweight though, because Luigi's had a long day.
Skinny Lou, I like that.
Oh my mount.
You know what I mean?
So, Life and Sports Talk with Jake. What up, homie? He said, "I'm fading Tyler Lockett this year, and I think all of us are fading him a little bit more than previous years."
Yeah, I've never been too high on Tyler Lockett, except for when he was coming off that year where he was really fishing. I was going to buy it in, and he came back to earth. And I actually seen a little more volume than usual the past couple of years. But yeah, with no more Russ, it's going to be tough for him to put up consistent production.
Russ and Lockett have the highest, life after Doug Baldwin, because before Lockett, it was Baldwin who had this, where him and Russ had an 89% catch percentage. You know what I mean? That means that 89% of the time he targeted him, he caught that thing, bro. And like Lockett got pretty damn close to that. Like that's just where it's like, Russ really, really mind melted with those guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Considering that they he was never going to be like more than like, a 520 pass attempt guy. You know what I mean? I think like in his height, the Let Russ Cook year 2020, I think he had like 558 pass attempts. That was a career high. You know what I mean? So but man, he was damn efficient. You know what I mean? And when he wasn't throwing the ball as much, that was a career high. Other than that, I think he owned 520-ish, 530-ish. You know what I mean? Yeah. That was his realm.
Yeah. Chase said it's the Pimps. What up, bro?
What up, Chase?
And Song in the building. Yeah, I got some more
UC
in the building. All right.
Bay Area, stand up.
We're going to hit you guys in the mouth right away. So this is the way the curve or not to curve works. We're pretty much thinking about us being on the clock. So everyone, we're going to need some audience participation as well and letting us know who you would be curving out of the two. So you're on the clock. You got the choice of these two guys. There's nobody else in the conversation. That's all we're talking about.
This one's rough to start.
Who are you going to take? And Guccini, throwing it to you first. Jamar Chase versus Justin Jefferson.
Shit. Give me, and they both hit the gritty. So we was just talking about the gritty. That shit is crazy.
Yeah, man. With LSU boys.
The LSU boys, man. Give me Chase, bro. They upgraded the line. You know what I mean? Coming off a Super Bowl run with Burrow's first full year healthy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Defense coming back. Kirk Cousins, the quarterback play is probably where I'm a lean more heavy on in this situation. The division play might have to, play a little bit into it. You know what I mean? If you wanted to go to Justin Jefferson, because the corners that Justin Jefferson that he has to face, I think is really Akuda in Detroit, in which I think he got hurt last year. Yeah. And he got to go up against Pat P in defense, and then he got to go up against the boy Jair in Green Bay. You know what I mean? But I think that Jamar Chase, I think that the only corners that you really worried about is the ones that's in Baltimore. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
other than that, in the whole division, you know what I mean?
And
give me Jamar Chase, bro. You know what I mean? Better offense, better situation. No, I ain't gonna say better offense, better situation, better quarterback. You know what I mean? The rapport is there. You know what I mean? The only thing that'll hold him back is a sophomore slump. But if you compare Justin Jefferson's sophomore slump, which it wasn't no sophomore slump because he was a top 6 or 7 top
That's a
five,
damn good sophomore slump going over 1,400 yards.
So that's my point.
Yeah.
That's my point. Give me Jamar Chase, man.
And Albert said, "Are you going by ADP?" So we're going by guys who we think are going to be clumped up in a certain area.
Like
of the
when
draft.
you're on the clock and you know you're probably only going to get one of these guys. It's that instance, right? Like there's no way in hell, unless you're in like a bush league, where anyone will be able to acquire in a redraft specifically, because this is redraft season, 99 days away, right? But there's no way someone's getting both Chase and Jefferson. You know what I mean? So when you're on the clock, and this is probably like you're in the mid first round, you know what I mean? That's I've had to make that decision a couple times, and doing these mocks. Shout out to mock draft Mondays with Spencer. You know what I mean? Where I'm on the clock and I'm like, okay, I really like one of these guys, but you're only gonna get one of them. You know what I mean? So that's the whole premise of two curve or not two curve.
And we want this to be a tough question. We want it to be one where guys really got to think and have a specific reason why. We're kicking it to you next, Spencer, but let me read out these comments real quick. And Darian, what up, Hollywood? He said, "What's good, Hustler and crew?"
Hollywood.
And Emil said, "I'm curving Chase. Give me Jefferson." All right, so we got another one for Jefferson. And Dion said, "Jefferson's a safer floor. Chase has the higher ceiling. Chase is too up and down for me." So we got another one for Jefferson off the bat. Mm-hmm. And then Song said Chase as well. So that's like 2-2 right there. And Chase said, "Man, that's tough." Exactly. We want it to be tough. And Bengals have a lot of mouths to feed. Definitely true. All right, Spencer, to curve or not to curve?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to. Man, this is tough because they're both obviously really great, and that's the whole point of this. So I'm gonna have to say curve Jamar. I'm drafting Jefferson, man. For PPR, I just feel like Jefferson's the safer bet and actually has a little more upside because with Kevin O'Connell going there, I know we talked about this before, Bogey. Kevin O'Connell, they should be passing more. It won't be as much of the run-heavy system like we saw with Zimmer. So that Jefferson should do even better than he did last year. As great as he was with Chase, man, he's great at top down, but it's just with T. Higgins there. Some T. Higgins too. Mm-hmm. They both eat. Minnesota, I mean, Adam Thielen's on the back. I feel like Jefferson is going to outpace him at least 12 out of the 17. Where Chase, I mean, Higgins could be right there with him a lot of the year. So it's just with the situation is more favorable for Jefferson for fantasy because we all love volume. Volume is king in fantasy, and Jefferson's going to get so much of it to where I know Corky Kirk, we poke fun at him, but he's a nice fantasy QB. He slings it. He's always near the front of the league in pass attempts. And with Kevin O'Connell there, that's going to really – I think he might be top 5 in attempts, in which case Jefferson could easily finish the overall WR1. So, yeah, give me Jefferson.
All right, and Bogey, you'll go next. Let me read out these comments here. I'll keep adding to the total that I got here.
I'm gonna grab my brew real quick.
So Darian Hollywood said I'm curving Jefferson as I did in my last dynasty draft. All right, so going Chase there, and then Jay said curving Chase, taking Jefferson. So as of right now, it's 5-3 on the JJ side.
See, we've been in such dynasty mode, right? That like I would curve Jefferson if I had a chance to grab Jamar because, you know what I mean, he's connected to the young Sagittarius champion, Mighty Joe Young. You know what I mean? They got the college thing. They're going to be together for a while. You know what I mean? Cousins knows how to get it back. He'll end up moving on at one point, and I got to hope whoever replaces him, you know what I mean, could sustain a double J. You know what I mean? But that's dynasty. In redraft, I'm giving the slight edge to Jefferson because, you know, if I wanted to make an argument against Chase, it's just what everyone just said. There's a lot of mouths to feed, you know what I mean? But it's really splitting hairs. But I think with the weaponry that the Bengals have, I think Chase is like he's a shoo-in for top 5 versus, you know, Jefferson moving on up to that apartment in the sky. You know what I mean? He could goddamn be the WR1 for real. You know what I mean? That's it. You know, I mean, Kevin O'Connell just produced the WR1 with Cooper Kupp. You know what I mean? So, and you know, whenever you have a guy who's a former quarterback, you know what I mean, and he's calling the plays, you know what I mean, they want to sling that thing, you know what I mean? So I do like Jefferson, you know, because we're, you know, for redraft purposes, slightly.
Yep, for redraft, I'm curving Chase and I'm going Jefferson. Just feel like the volume is going to be there a little bit more, and both of these guys could compete for number 1 overall wide receiver. But that's the point. Like, who do we think would be the one more likely to make it? I think is Jefferson. I mean, Guccini talked about his sophomore slump. I mean, he goes from like 1,600 yards to like 1,400 yards. You know?
Yeah.
This dude,
and then the third year leap,
exactly.
Third year leap, yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
like
yes.
my mama. But my only thing though is with Chase is this: if you're catching 75, 80 receptions and you going for almost 1,500 yards, 1,400 yards in your first season, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that is nasty.
I mean,
nasty
the receiving yards can only get better, you know, 100%, bro.
And Burrow, maybe it's a Sagittarius thing because Burrow and Russ and Aaron Rodgers, all these guys have been able to produce like, you know, WR1s and be super efficient with the target market share. You know what I mean? Just super, because look at Burrow's pass attempts. It's like 500 something. He didn't even, I don't even think he got past 550. If someone wants to fact check me on that, I think he might be like 5.
Yeah, he was very efficient. He led the league in completion percentage, I'm pretty sure.
PFF number 1 rated QB this year. Like, and he held
he was at 520 attempts.
See, there you go. Like, so if the pass attempts even go up, that helps, you know, that helps against the argument of too many mouths to feed, because now there's more pass attempts to go around. You know what I mean? That's insane. 520. You know who throws for 520 before? That's like Tannehill. You know what I mean? That's like Tannehill. That's like Russ in Seattle. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's pretty crazy. Because I think he will throw more. You know what I mean? I do like that defense a lot, but still, you know what I mean? They're going to be in a ton of shootouts just being in that division.
Yep. All right, back at you, Bogey. To curve or not to curve? And we're going Devontae Adams and Tyreek Hill, both on new squads.
See, this one's funny because they always fall in the same range too, where I've had to make this decision. You know what I mean? You know, I'm curving the freak though. You know what I mean? I do like that the freak is with he's with Mike McDaniels. You know what I mean? He's coming from the Shanahan tree. They're going to be very creative. You know what I mean? And you know, because for Tua's, you know, for his strengths in his game, which is like the short game. You know what I mean? They're gonna scheme the freak, and you know what I mean. But I think boomer bust player is someone I think I might be able to label Tyreek as a boomer bust on some of these games this year. Listen, I'm okay with being wrong too, because who the fuck knows, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna go with the guy who's gonna rekindle something he had going in college, where he caught 24 of them things in a season from Derek Carr, the mascara man himself. You know what I mean? I'm going with the Adams family.
Hell yeah!
And then we got one, and then we got another one for Curvin Hill as well. So 2 on Adams. Good looking Albert, and Chase, same thing, taking Adams. Guru, what do you say?
Yeah, this one's easy for me, honestly. I'm curving the freak all day, every day. Give me Devontae, because I feel like he's just a much more trustworthy asset, especially in PPR leagues. Since we're talking PPR, it's similar to the Jefferson Chase thing in that I feel like Devontae's more of the volume guy, but I also feel like, you know, he's got more upside than the freak because he's in a better offense. Like, to me, the Raiders offense has much more potential through the air than the Dolphins. I just don't trust Tua, man. I just feel like he's with Hill and Waddle there, like, it's going to be tough for either one of those guys to really eat. Where with the Raiders, I know they've got Waller and Renfrew, but it's clear that Devontae's the alpha, and he's already had, as Boogie said, the previous chemistry with Carr in college. I know it's been a while since they were in college, but they should be able to rekindle that real quick. And Adams, we know, is a lock for double-digit tugs, and the freak, it's every week. It's like, even with the Chiefs, as great as he was with the Chiefs, it was some weeks he just wouldn't show up, and it's like, that frustrates me, man. I like players.
Until the last 2 years, the last 2 seasons, where Tyreek Hill was top 5 on a per game basis. Before that, it would be like, he had several games under 12 PPR points. You know what I mean?
Yeah, his consistency rating was really bad.
Yeah.
Where Adams has never had that issue. So I don't see the Rodgers to Carr transition being that bad. But going from Mahomes to Tua, that's a big drop, man. Give me Adams.
I'm actually big on the tuna fish this year because of where we're getting them in Superflex, right? But also because they added just the addition of Tyreek Hill makes me interested in Tua. You know what I mean? Because we do remember Tua having that big deep ball, you know what I'm saying, in college. And it's funny because I think this is the fastest person he's ever thrown the ball at. Because we already saw that little clip where he outran Tua's ball. Oh shit, he had to slow down. You know what I mean? But they'll figure it out. But still, though, that might be a year away of figuring out. You know what I mean? I want to get right.
Which side you on, Guccini?
Man, just to play the other side of the field, man, I'm gonna go ahead and, even though I would draft Devontae, but just to make a case for Tyreek, give me Tyreek. I like what Mike McDaniel is going to bring to the offense. I think that he's seen what Debo brought to the season last year, and just the chess piece that he is. And if he feels that Tua can't get him get the ball down the field, get Tyreek, he's smart enough to be able to put him in different positions to steal where he can eat and still be able to damn near produce where he produced in Kansas City. Because even though Tyreek wasn't a 100-catch player, just like how I was just talking about Jamar Chase, where Jamar Chase showed where he got 75, 80 catches for 1,400. Tyreek, he go for this damn near the same thing, but he go for 15, 16, 17 sometimes, you know what I mean? So even though it might not be a 16, 17, but I still think that Tyreek, where you're getting him, in the beginning of the second round, in the middle of the second round, he can produce damn near to where he's giving you a top 3 wide receiver in return. And then because you got Kupp, Jefferson, Devontae, Jamar Chase, so you might be able to get him at a discount in the second in the middle of the second round, and he outplays that easily because we've seen it before. I'm not scared of Tyreek this year. I'm definitely not. But I will take Devontae Adams if I have to choose.
You know what? Here's one thing I want to add real quick is that I won't be surprised if these guys end up with the same yardage, but I go Adams because I think, you know what I mean, the receptions will be there. Yeah.
Yeah, then the tug.
Probably will have more touchdowns. Yeah.
The TDs is definitely going to be there.
Yeah.
So I'm on the Adams side too, and I'll kick off this T. Higgins and Jalen Waddle. And both are in real similar situations where now they're the number 2, on their squad. But I'm going T. Higgins. He has been so solid, over there in these the first 2 years of his career, and I don't see him declining at all. Teams are going to be throwing a lot more at Jamar Chase this next year, to where T. Higgins, he was getting a lot of the number 1 cornerback looks, and I think it's going to be a little bit flipped to where he's going against these number 2 cornerbacks now, and he's going to be roasting a bunch of them. So
look what he did in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, or they'll try to put their best guy on him and man him up, and then they'll give the double coverage love to Chase. And T. Higgins, someone that you don't want to man up for real. You don't want to.
You don't want what he did to Ramsey in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and Ramsey fell too. That he juked him too. It was it was all.
That was awesome.
Ramsey,
man.
Hey, when the Bucks played the Rams, Mike Evans. Ramsey's starting to decline, bro.
That's
okay. You ready for this? I thought of this today because we're in this draft, right? And I thought of this. I said, as I looked at Jalen Ramsey, I was like, damn, he has 60-something tackles. That means he's falling off because people aren't scared to throw at him. You know what I mean? So, before it'd be
now he's actually a really good fantasy cornerback because
people aren't.
Yeah, number 2 nickel corners I notice are better than the number 1 corners for the IDP shit.
Real shadow corners and shut down corners, you don't want them because you know what I'm saying, in fantasy
they don't get any tackles.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And then when they, you got to hope for a pick or something, and because offensive coordinators are gearing away from those type of guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
100%.
Guru, where you going on this?
Yeah, I gotta go with T. Higgins here. You know, it goes back to what I was saying earlier about with Tua. It's just I feel like with Waddle and Hill, it's like I feel like 1 week's gonna be a Waddle week, 1 week's gonna be a Tyreek week. We don't know what it's gonna be. I'll just say it right now. I'm curving the entire Dolphins offense. I want no part of it. I know Mike McDaniel's going there, and I think he'll have his moments where it does well, but I feel like in year one it's gonna be kind of just. It'll be a yo-yo, and we know the Bengals. That's gonna be consistently strong.
You can't play with a yo-yo.
Yeah, give T. Higgins. I want a consistent.
And I
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the T too, bro. Everything. I think you know, to get back to where they were going, the last team, but I think that the targets to T. Higgins. The situation will go better for Higgins.
You know what's crazy? I had a shower epiphany the night before Super Bowl. I was just thinking, something in the shower, just thinking out loud. I was like, man, what if T. Higgins steals the show in this game? What if T. Higgins ends up putting up the best receiver line? I know Cooper Kupp ended up being the star, but I mean, T. Higgins, I think, had the more yards because he had that big play. Like it was.
I hate the Rams.
I hope fucking Donald retires. That'd be awesome.
No, I need him to play because when we win, it's going to be in his face.
True.
We to be the best, you got to beat the best.
100%.
I'm so sour.
Damn right.
All right, put the show back on the rails.
All right, here we go. Guru, we're going to you first on this. Now, we got a foursome here.
Oh, okay.
Because there's this one is really subjective because we're seeing these guys go in all different types of orders. I mean, I feel like this is like the start of the wide receiver 2 run. We got DK Metcalf. We got DJ Moore. We got Keenan Allen. We got Deontay Johnson.
All right, so start off with
that's right here.
Then I'll just draft one and curve one, or 2 and 2. How we play?
Well,
You're like, they're all going. Just live in a world where you're on the clock. You know, this is probably like 3-4 ish turnaround, right? You know what I mean?
Okay. I'll do process of elimination then. All right. So to start, I'm curving the fuck out of DJ Moore here just because I don't trust the Carolina passing situation or the quarterback there. We don't know if it's going to be Darnold, the Golden Corral, Jimmy. You don't know who's going to end up there. I mean, they might fuck around and trade for handsome Jimmy.
I'm about to throw the ball for them.
And then, I mean, we don't know what's going to happen. So, I'm curving DJ here for sure. And then I'm also got to curve DK Metcalf because it's another one. We don't know who's going to be throwing him the ball. I mean, he's got the most upside out of this foursome. There's no doubt about it. But in PPR, it's like, I don't know. I mean, Lockett's still there, so we don't know who the new quarterback's going to take a liking to. And if it's Drew Lock, I mean, probably Lockett. I know Metcalf stretched the field too, but I don't know, man. I don't trust that. So it's down to Keenan and Deontay for me for this one. So it's tough, man. I could see either one doing it. You know, this is really tough. But I'm
I've seen
gonna
these
have
guys
to
fall to the fourth.
say, yeah,
Even
yeah.
in the super super draft, super flex, them motherfuckers go in the fourth for show. Like like these are the value hitters right here.
Exactly. And I tell you what, you know who I'm going with, and like I love Justin Herbert, man. He's my guy. He's my anchor in the Hustler 14. But I'm gonna have to curve Keenan here and give the edge to Deontay. I think Deontay's the move here because I don't care who's quarterbacking in Pittsburgh. Deontay's gonna eat and eat well because he's the volume guy over there. And they're gonna throw it a decent amount. They're not. I mean, Najee's good, but Najee's not. He's not Derrick Henry. I mean, as good as Najee is, he's not gonna see that kind of a workload or JT. They're gonna still be slinging it, whether it's Mitch or
shout out to Antioch.
So it's close for me out of Keenan and Deontay, but with Keenan getting a little older, I know this is redraft, but Keenan's pushing. I think he's over 30 now. He's either 30 or
he's turned 30 this year, right?
Yeah. So I mean, I think he'll still produce. He might be slightly safer because he has the better quarterback situation. But give me Deontay, man. He's still got room for growth. People really sleep on Deontay Johnson. He's a guy. I know the Steelers don't tend to extend their receivers, but they'd be a fool to let him walk.
Or
he produces, bro. Give
contract year.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
So we got 2 votes for Deontay because Albert voted on Deontay also. Guccini, where are you going out of this foursome?
Man, I'm going to Jack Murphy Stadium. Everything, 100%, man. Shout out to my dog that went to Cal University, man. I'm going Keenan Allen, man.
Yes.
100%. You know what I mean? Hey, the quality of targets is going to be better. You know, Trubisky, you know, I ain't mad at him for getting a second chance. You know what I mean? Hopefully the brother can get his brother. Deontay Johnson, he's over 120 targets for the last 2 seasons. You know what I mean? But yet, I think he's double digits in drops as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's gotta get better.
And I fucks with him. That's my guy. I've been on the
you took him in the 14, Guccini. I was hot about that. I wanted Deontay.
That's my guy. I ain't gonna lie. But Keenan Allen, man, you know that footwork in them hands, man. You know them is reliable, bro. And you know the only thing that Keenan Allen really don't got under his belt is like a 12 TD, a 14 TD season. You know what I mean? Don't let him ever go over double-digit TDs because the receptions, he's the PPR monster as well. You know what I mean? So
the machine.
This might be the season he get double digits, man. Give me Keenan Allen, just you know what I mean, for real.
I can go through different variations of shitting on everyone that I would curve, but I'm just gonna go straight to who I'm going with Keenan Allen Wayans, bruh, because he not only did he invent and live in color, bruh, but when you draft Keenan Allen, you're drafting 100 receptions. Like that's the floor. You know what I mean? Like, and where you're getting him, he's probably your third receiver. I'd hope in the world of PPR-isms, right? And get Keenan Allen as your third. Where you're slotting in 100 receptions. You know what I mean? There's too much ball.
So if you're getting them as your third, that means that you're getting them in the 4th round. That means you got 3
That's a steal in single QB.
Mm-hmm. That means you'd be taking
hero. I might have went hero.
Three wide receivers and then an RB.
Yeah,
that's what you're saying. You'd go in the
single QB. Oh yeah. You know what I mean? Super flex, this is all different. You know what I mean?
Right.
We'll speak to the greater masses that, you know what I mean? Because that when they would look up these certain ranges, this is where they're going because it's dictated by single QB mock drafts. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going Keenan Allen on this also, and it is just right over Deontay Johnson. I'm really not going to be jumping for DK. I'm not going to be messing around with DJ Moore too much unless I get him at a real steal of a deal. So, yeah, I'm going Keenan Allen slightly just because I feel he's going to, like Guccini said, he might be flirting with those double-digit touchdowns, but like Bogey said, 100 receptions. Lock it in.
What if we took out Keenan Allen? Let's do this real quick. And we put in Terry McLaurin because that's someone who's also like a fuck conundrum to me right now.
Jimbo,
you know
what up?
Jimbo.
Hey, the icon. Sagittarius rule.
He's a Sag too.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And Sven too. Sven's out there in the world somewhere. I saw Sven's post today. He was playing golf and he's wearing a whole joint and the pants and the polos all bananas. I was like,
Oh, hell yeah.
That's some
Yeah.
Sagittarius shit.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, shout out to that guy BW too, Blitz with Blake. He was out on the golf course the other day.
Yeah. So you know they're getting faded.
And Dion said
yeah.
DJ Moore with Sam Darnold throwing him the ball was pretty fire. I know. It was. And maybe DJ
First 4 weeks, he was putting up damn near 20 points a game last year.
Mhm.
But and C-Mac was on the field too, though.
Yeah.
DJ Moore was doing that.
That is a good fucking point. Because soon as C-Mac died, DJ Moore died along with him.
I had him in ALB.
I had a ton of DJ Moore, bro.
I wish I would have shipped his ass off.
Yeah,
after the
DJ
first
Moore is
20
weird. It's like
games.
sometimes he'll look really good, and then other times he'll struggle. He's like a tale of two halves. I noticed.
But Donald Schwarzenegger, bro, he would just outright miss the open guy all the time. It's crazy.
But the cold thing is though, and I want to say this is damn near like 90, maybe 80% true. If you take McLaurin and you take DJ Moore, 80 catches, 1,000 yards, 1,100 yards, only 4 TDs, 5 TDs.
Yeah.
That shit hurts, bro.
That's the shit part about it,
bro.
All right, we got we got a pop-in question from Emil. Said to curve or not to curve Mike Evans versus Keenan Allen. I'm curving Mike Evans and I'm rolling Keenan.
Yeah, that's a curve.
Mike Evans gonna get the tug. Mike
Yeah,
Evans.
that's the reason why I'm going Mike Evans
Yeah.
too as a TD.
He's 1,000. He's
12
Mike
TDs,
Evans is
12
1,000.
TDs.
He's like 80 catches, maybe 90 is his ceiling, right? With Brady, and this year in my version, right? And he's gonna still get the thou wow and up, and still get the double digit tugs. That's what he's gonna do.
And you know what's so fucked up too, though, is last year was Mike Evans' first year, I think, in his whole career where he went under 1,000 receiving yards.
No, he
got it because of the 17 games.
He got it.
Yeah, he barely got it. He's at a thou wow every year of his career.
Yeah. I could have swore he just missed it though last year.
Yeah,
1,035.
1,035. Yeah.
Last year was 1,006. And so for me,
he just made it. Yeah.
Just got it in 2020 in the COVID year. And for me, the reason why I'm leaning Keenan Allen, Mike Evans, I mean, he's not a boomer bust guy, but there's games where he gets covered and doesn't get that touchdown, and he is just straight garbage. And Keenan Allen has less of those games, so that's why I'm leaning Keenan.
Yeah, I'll second that, Huss. Yeah, I'm going Keenan in PPR because in PPR, Evans is kind of inconsistent, and it's like with Godwin, I know everyone's wanting to fade Godwin because he's coming off the ACL, but people recover a lot quicker from ACLs than they did in the old days. I know the injury occurred fairly late in the year, but I think by week 4 or 5, Godwin will be back to his old self. So I know Evans might get off to the hotter start, but for the season, give me Keenan.
And Ron said in Dynasty, I wouldn't touch Evans. Well, we're all in redraft mode now. So this is all our redraft.
Days away.
Yeah, less than 100 days. Yep.
And Chase said Chris Godwin might have a slow year. I mean, especially starting off for sure. And Albert said, give me Evans with Godwin, maybe starting on the pup list. Dion said, redraft Evans all day. And yep. And I said when Godwin was out, Evans went off. Yeah. Addition by subtraction.
Thanks.
I mean, if you think about this, when you draft, when you look at Chris Godwin's situation, it's about what they don't tell us. You know what I'm saying? And you just look at their actions. Like they signed Russell Gage. That's like mad good insurance. Okay, now we don't have to rush Godwin back per se. You know what I mean?
That's kind of like some janky ass insurance. That's no Affleck though.
Listen, man, that's like Brady taking the New England isms with him. Like, you know what? Go get that Russell Gage guy we played against him.
Definitely made the Falcons weaker, that's for sure.
Yeah, he was like a volume guy there when Ridley got suspended. So I mean, yeah, I think he'll do pretty good over there. Because Antonio Brown was the three of them could all still eat. So Gage could definitely be
no way. Look at this. Ron said, "Hey Spence, I picked up a Saints shirt in honor of you."
Hell yeah, appreciate it, Ron. I'll drink to that.
Yeah.
Ron's always on the hunt for some dope shirts.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, send me a picture, Ron.
All right. Let's get to these running backs. So we're really just covering the top couple rounds of these redraft drafts and really the top guys who we're nitpicking between. And Guccini, I got 3 running backs. You're going first here. CMC, Derrick Henry, Najee.
Popeye's chicken. Give me C-Mac, man. Oh, my mama, man. I'm going C-Mac all day, dog. He's healthy. He playing 17 games, 100%, dog. He going for 80 receptions. Matter of fact, man, fuck that. He going for the shit that he broke a Roger Craig record not too long ago. He's doing it again this
He's going
year.
for the
Breaking his
100.
own record.
He's
breaking
going
his
for the
own
100
record.
catches and the thou wow.
Thou wow. This face. Put one in your life. 100%. I ain't got to say no more.
I ain't trying to hurt nobody.
Right, but my body.
I hope you're right, JD. I got C-Mac in 14. I was kind of nervous about it, but if he's healthy, I won't regret that one bit.
Man, I'm telling you, hey.
Where are you going on this, Spencer?
I
Which way you
moved
rolling?
recently. I moved CMC for Joe Mixon essentially in a package deal, and I did it within a heartbeat.
Hell yeah. Yeah, actually,
that's
here, I
great.
mean, you
That's
know
great.
what? Even though I took C-Mac in 14, I'm actually going to curve C-Mac here, as well as the King Henry, bro. I feel like they're both a little too injury prone. I'm going Najee. Najee's I don't know if his reception will continue to go up, but his rushing has nowhere to go but up. He's going to see more volume. The offense as a whole should be a little better with no more Big Ben. It should be a little more, spread out, open. Should see more running lanes, be more efficient, and he's obviously going to get the volume. You know how Mike Tomlin likes to go with one guy to where CMC, even if he stays healthy, which I'm hoping he will, I don't know if he'll quite get the volume he was getting. I think 80 catches is realistic, but I don't know I think for the rushing, he'll probably just be right about 1,000, where I think Najee will get 1,500 rushing yards. I think Najee will definitely be better as a runner, and while the receptions might drop, what did he have last year, like 70 something? I don't see that repeating, but even if he gets like 50, if he has that much more rushing,
Did Najee get close to 100?
He got 74.
Yeah, he led running
94
backs in
That's a lot.
receptions. Yeah,
That's a lot.
So yeah, I think he'll still get around 50, 60. So because it's not like Kenny Pickett and Trubisky or these like just total gunslingers. They'll be checking it down some. So I'm definitely curving King Henry. He's a hard curve for me. I don't trust him coming off that foot. But yeah, CMC Najee really close. But I'm going to give the edge to the younger guy, the younger option that has more potential for growth.
Spencer, you stole my thunder because, I was curving CMC, curving Henry. I want Najee. He's my number 2 RB this year for redraft, and the QB game is not going to get any better as far as that going down the field. Like, this is going to be all in the short game. We're going to see, like, the shades of Lev Bell, where they're using that running back as a wide receiver out of the backfield. Like, they used him a lot out of the backfield, and that's not going to change this year. Yeah. Their O-line, I mean, it couldn't get any worse than it did last year. Like, he did that good with the real shit O-line. Yeah, Najee to the moon this year.
You know what? And I hate to cut y'all off, but I think Najee and JT is the only 2 people that had over 320 touches. I don't even think nobody else even went over 300 but them 2.
That's crazy in a 17 games a year, because that is something you want to note. Like now, this time, this is their second time around playing a 17-week season. I wonder if like later in the year, some of these guys, or maybe even like just early on, they start factoring in load management. You know what I mean? Not saying that these guys are going to lose hella touches, but you get what I'm saying? Like, hey, you'll be in there 90% of the snaps. You'll be in there 80. You know what I mean?
You know what though, bro? We seen it with C-Mac being on his rookie deal. We're going to see it with these 2 right here with JT and Najee. They're going to get that 300 every year until one of the tires go flat, or one of the wings got to go in the shop to get repaired, or something like that. The motherfucking the strutting your leg, something like that. But them 2 right there, they locked in for 300 total touches. You know what I mean? Plus, for sure. So you can't go wrong with them. You know what I mean? For sure.
And B flat soul sacks. He said Najee added 30 pounds Other two guys coming off injury, Najee all day. I don't know if you guys seen the pictures of Najee.
I'm going Najee because he's from the Bay too. Fuck it, he's from the Yang.
Fuck it.
I'm going Najee because you know what? When JD was just breaking that thing down right now, it made me realize like how short lived some of these running backs are. Like Lev Bell, like or Todd Gurley, even like it's really small windows of time.
Guys like Frank Gore and AP, I mean, they don't.
That's rare.
There ain't too many of them.
Yeah. Like, and even Derrick Henry, like, it's only been the past couple years because he wasn't the guy for 2 years. He had to wait behind DeMarco for 2 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, but my point is like, damn, like, this might be the year to ride that Najee wave for real. Like, he is obviously a first rounder, but. And then it might even perhaps get better with Kenny Pickett eventually, right? Because I don't think Trubisky, unless Trubisky got him on 3-1 going into week 5, you know what I mean? Because that's probably the prime. They play the Jets somewhere around there, around that time. You know what I mean? If they have a losing record, bro, like they might fuck around and switch their goddamn Pickett. And like, what do you do with a Trubisky or a Pickett anyway? You're gonna lean on the run and then play defense, and that shit goes hand in hand. So
especially the first couple games,
win games, lower scoring.
The first couple games they got right out the gates. I mean, you got the Bengals, the Patriots, and the Browns. Like, you're gonna have to grind against those teams.
You can't go 1-2 in them right there, right off the rip in your first 3.
Yeah.
You're gonna give it to one of your best weapons that you have is gonna be Najee. That'll be if you lose to the Browns and Cincinnati, you're 0-2 in the division already, bro. And the Steelers aren't in a rebuild mode, even though they took a quarterback in the first round. Technically, when you
made the playoffs last year,
it's a rebuild. But Pittsburgh, if you go take one of the top 5 quarterbacks from anybody in the NFL and put them with Pittsburgh, it's a wrap. So they're not in a rebuild, you know what I mean? So if Trubisky get hot or if KP get hot, it's only going to benefit for Najee.
They really just need to not lose these games. They're going
to be able to lock in and, 8 in the box or whatever you want to call it. Or, you're going to bring up an extra safety, however it may be, you know what I mean?
I mean, when you look at that first quarter of the year schedule, you already know that they're going to be like, all right, we're going to try to own time of possession. I think that's just the whole entire year, even. Fuck the schedule. That's just their game plan. Own time of possession, running the ball.
Yeah, it always has been. I mean, shit, go back to when they won the Super Bowl and shit. Like, Big Ben was like one of the worst QBs ever to win a Super Bowl, like stat-wise in the game.
Bro, that's the Seattle. That was the Seattle. His rookie.
Yeah, he was young.
The second year.
Hey, it was all Hines Ward and the bus.
Yeah.
Hey,
but get back to that. Deontay Johnson and fucking Najee. Like, that's literally going to be this combo. And
Big Ben Rapist, though, he did kill it in that Arizona Super Bowl, though. He killed that.
Yeah, it was a totally
Antonio Holmes.
Yeah.
And you know what, bro? Hands down. From me even watching football for as long as I watch football, bro, that Big Ben and Santonio Holmes is the best throw catch I've ever seen, bro.
Yeah.
I swear to you, bro.
Yeah.
100%. I can't think of nothing else.
Big,
bro.
It's crazy. And that was a year after the David Tyree catch. That's got to be the 2 greatest back-to-back catches in Super Bowl history. That's incredible.
Hey, but Tyree shit was just, it was just a reaction.
Yeah, he's
it wasn't no real, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
a real catch. That's Antonio Holmes, the way he lost the
dude. You know what else was the crazy
the way that Big Ben placed it too. I mean, in just the game though, look at how James Harrison did what he did at halftime or before.
Right? Yeah, I felt bad. I was pulling for the Cardinals in that game, man. I was pissed.
I was going for the Cardinals.
You just brought up a memory, JD. You just brought up a memory. All right, because that James Harrison shit, that was some bullshit. I remember we were watching the Super Bowl at a house where we couldn't smoke inside, and there's like 15 seconds or whatever. I'm like, let's just go spark this blunt. Like, real quick, nothing big's gonna happen. And then we just hear everybody yelling. Like, I'm inside, like, what the fuck is going on? Like, that's one of the craziest plays in Super Bowl history, right?
It really was.
Yeah, that changed that whole fucking game.
Yeah, I mean, shit. bro. That's
Yeah,
like the
like the,
highlight reel and all highlight reels. You know what? Here's another one though. This like speaking of like the fluky shit, like the Tyree shit, motherfucking that Edelman catch, bro, where it bounced off like the inner fucking
His leg
when he
or
caught it
thigh
at the ground in the Atlanta game.
He was arguing like he caught it, and they were like, "Nah, hell no, you didn't catch that shit." And then like they start super slowing it down, and like I was like, "Whoa, that was like some fucking flute." Like,
and let me guess, Brady gets credit for that throw.
But look though,
he was using the force there. He was using the dark side of the force.
Hey,
like,
Santonio shit, it was a walk off though, bro.
Yeah, that's what's even better.
Hey, when you know, my favorite baseball player is A-Rod, bro, dog, 100%. You know what I mean? So baseball is in my blood. I love baseball. I really fell off of it, but you know, just that fucking feeling to hit a walk-off home run with nothing else. But
Albert
Pujols, the ship on your pinky ring.
Albert Pujols was the king of that shit with the St. Louis Cardinals, man. Him and A-Rod, they were the two big dogs there for a while.
I remember
telling you, bro.
Yeah, Pujols and A-Rod, man. It was like, the AL MVP would be A-Rod, NL MVP would be Pujols.
Man, my dog switched from being a Gold Glove shortstop to being a Gold Glove third baseman, man, and still hitting 40. Yeah. 40 home runs, slapping shit. 100%, doggy.
Yeah, him and Ken Griffey went, man. Could you imagine being a 19-year-old A-Rod with Ken
Griffey? You can't forget about Randy Johnson.
Yeah, man, that team was fire back then.
David Martinez, Edgar Martinez, the best DH
the Mariners, bro. Yeah, the 2001 Mariners. That was like the most disappointing team
they
ever.
Won like 110 games.
Yeah, they got knocked out in the first round of the playoffs. They're gonna always be remembered for that.
They sure the hell did. John Olerud. Remember John Olerud used to play first base with the helmet on.
Yeah. He's bringing old school back.
He won the World Series in Toronto too.
Yeah.
With Joe Quarter.
What was that against the Phillies?
Roberto Alomar, probably one of the best baseball players I ever seen in my life too, dog.
Was that against the Phillies?
They beat the Phillies and then they beat I think they won 2 World Series.
They won back to back, didn't they?
Yeah, I think so. I know. Yeah, they did beat the Phillies. What's
crazy?
My boy's name that got caught for a tax evasion from the Phillies? Lenny Dykstra. Lenny Dykstra, I think, was on that Phillies team. Lenny Dykstra was a cold motherfucker.
That's a hell of a name.
Oh, everything.
I'm Dykstra.
93.
Yeah, 92 and 93. That's when it was. So yeah, it was back to back in the 90s. The Phillies and the Braves. That's who they beat.
Yeah, the Braves were great in the 90s.
The Braves is one of the coldest NL teams in the early 90s, bro.
Oh,
I think they went to the World Series 3 times and only won 1 time.
Yeah, they only won once, and they had the 3 aces, man. Smoltz, Glavine, and Maddox, bro.
That was nasty.
Yeah, that's insane. They have 3.
And then, who was the closer? The closer that they had.
It was John Smoltz.
Smoltz.
Smoltz closed a few years. Yeah.
And he also used to be a starting pitcher. He went to the
he went from starter to closer back to starter.
That's what kept losing him the fucking games and shit. Always blowing games late, and he was like,
he was better as a starter. Yeah,
yeah, for sure. They just needed some kind of closer. And Ron said that was
shit.
He said that was great. The 92 Phillies sucked in 94 Phillies. Yeah. Yeah, but he said, but 93, that was magic.
Yeah. Nah, but the Phillies, didn't they get a World Series in the 80s too, though?
They got one in the 2000s. They won the 09
I know they got
Series.
with the boy Howard.
Or the 08 World Series. 08 World Series over to Tampa Bay. Yeah, they won that one. And then they lost to my Cardinals in the wild card series when Howard blew out his Achilles running the first base.
Oh, they lost in 83. Okay.
So in 1980 was when they won. So 80 and then 2008.
Okay. Yeah. So in the 80s,
2008 was against Tampa Bay. And they lost the next year to the Yankees. Yeah, the Yankees won 09. That's funny to think the Yankees ain't won a World Series since 09.
Hey, what was the other motherfucker's name that was over there with Ryan Howard? He was the third baseman or the second baseman.
Oh, they had two other. They had Chase Utley, who was really good. Jimmy Rollins.
Oh, yeah. To be slapping shit too.
Yeah, bro. Utley and J-Roll, bro. They was
Jimmy Rollins. I think Jimmy Rollins from the Bay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm pretty
he
sure
was
he
the
is.
MVP.
Oh, my
He
mama.
was the 2006 MVP. I'm pretty sure J-Roll because he could
them
steal
Phillies
bases too.
Them
Hell
Phillies,
yeah.
they had some nice shit. Yeah, Utley, there you go.
Yeah, that was the
you-
best
so
middle
Ron is from
infield
Philly?
in MLB.
Hell yeah, it was.
Yep, Jason Worth, the
Shane
Flying
Victorino,
Hawaiian,
yeah.
Shane Victorino. Yeah, they were all good. I was just glad when my Cardinals beat them because that Cardinals weren't even supposed to beat them that year. They were the favorites because they had the pitching through Cliff Lee and Roy Halladay. But fucking Chris Carpenter
Rest in peace to
outdueled
Roy, man.
Roy
Hey,
Halladay
was
in that game.
RIP.
Yeah, that's a shame how he
Fucking
died.
Doc.
Yeah, the
Doc
Doc, bro.
Holliday.
Yeah, we
My
beat him
mama.
1-0 in that fucking game. I bet Ronald hated that because of being a Philly guy. Because like the Phillies were the #1 seed that year. The Cardinals were the team that barely snuck in, but we knocked them out and then went all the way to the World Series.
Oh, hey, leave Pat Burrell out of this. He went to the U, bro. He went to the U, bro. Hold on, bro. He slaps. He been put some shit in the bleachers for y'all, bro. Oh my mama.
All right, let's get back on the rails here. And Guru, we'll go with you first on this. The next kind of crop of guys within these RBs seems like it's going to be like Austin Eckler, Joe Mixon, Dalvin Cook. Who you curving and who you taking?
All right, yeah, I've got a curve mix in here for sure, just because he doesn't have quite the receiving ability as the other two. I know he's a good all-around back, 3-down back, while he's in this conversation, but I'm curving him, man. That's a pass-first team, and I'm also curving Dalvin. It's the same type thing, you know, with Kevin O'Connell there. They're not going to run quite as much. It's not the Zimmer days where Cook's going to be he's still going to get volume, but he's not going to get quite as much rushing volume as he did with the previous regime. So I'm going to curve him too. I'm going Austin Eckler, man, for PPR. He is gold. He is it's close with Najee. Him and Najee are like 2A, 2B type thing. They're both really close to me. I mean, we know JT's #1, but Najee and Eckler is a tough choice for me because I feel like they're both guys that they see work on all the downs. And Eckler's, I know he's small, but he's really shown he can be an every down back. They drafted Isaiah Spiller, but I'm not too worried about him. I think they took him more as like a handcuff type guy. I don't think he's going to really be a whole lot as far as a threat to Eckler. I think Eckler is going to still get the goal line work, still get the third down work, get the touches that matter, the important touches. And he's going to catch at least 80 to 90 passes with Herbert. You know, that's the guy he targets.
He might damn near catch 100.
Yeah, he very well might, man. The Chargers sling it, man. That's Herbert led the league in pass attempts last year.
672 pass attempts.
Yeah, give me Eckler here, bro.
Guccini, where you rolling? Who you curving?
Man. Hey, Eckler was a top 5 goal line attempt running back last year.
Yeah.
That's fucking phenomenal, bro. Goal line back, you think of fucking Derrick Henry, a big William Floyd looking, a refrigerator Perry looking motherfucker to play the goal line. You don't think of an Austin Eckler 5'6", even though he might be pushing 200, 210. But you know, I mean, you know what I mean?
I think he's like 5'8",
for him to be a
No, he's
top
gotta be
5.
like 5'8".
How old? I think he's 5'10", actually.
5, you know what I mean?
I mean, he's small. He's not that small.
They got him listed at 5'10", 200.
But you got to understand, though,
yeah.
you don't think of that being as and for him to be a top 5 goal line touch back. I mean, on top of having 80 receptions, 90 receptions, and having 900 yards on the ground, how can you not lose? But to me, I gotta take Dalvin Cook. To me, I think Dalvin Cook was just very unlucky in the touchdown category for him to have all the touches and everything that he did. 15 games that he played, 14 games that he played. It's just 4 TDs, 5 TDs. What it was. That's not him. And then for O'Connell to come over there and maybe emphasize on the pass game.
Positive
hold on. But also O'Connell seeing what a Gurley can do. He's seen the potential of Akers. He's seen what Darrell Henderson and Sony Michel. He's seen what the run game also brings to this offense. So it's not just going to be Kirk Cousins throwing 50 times, even though that Dalvin Cook might not be, run first 2 downs and then the third.
Yeah, they're gonna be throwing him the ball too.
And, you know what I mean? But it's still Cook's touches is not going to diminish. It's not, because we've seen what the running back means in this
he's paid too.
Type of style, the type of style of offense. You know what I mean?
He's
but
also paid too. He's paid. They got to use him.
I think Cook's ceiling is better than anybody. Them other 2 running backs on this question.
See, I'm gonna see. I fuck with both y'all takes, man, because this is why y'all playmakers for real. I gotta go, my man Sergio Mix-a-Lot here, because I'm gonna be able to get him later too. Like while these guys are on the 1-2 turnaround, Mixon, I've seen him fall to that other side. You know what I mean? Of the 1-2 turnaround. And so that means I might be able to get me like a boss receiver and swing around and get me Sergio Mix-a-Lot, because they got a trio of receivers to take the top off on an offense that's going to get him in scoring and a lot of scoring opportunities. And he finally played a good amount of a year. I think this is finally the most games he played in his career. Was it? I think 2017 he might have played. That was his second most. You know what I mean? Because he's a guy that misses time. You know what I mean? I'm willing to. So especially because all 3 of these guys have been shown to get hurt too. I think the safest floor would be for the receptions is Eckler, and I think for Cook, this is what worries me about Cook is that there is other running backs there. I'm hoping O'Connell doesn't take the timeshare approach, and obviously it'd probably be like a 70-30 type of timeshare, but not where I'll be willing to grab a Cook here over these guys. So I would go with Mixon, who is going to be a guy who gets all the work. You know what I mean?
And please forgive me. I said that JT and Najee was the only 2 that had 300. Not Joe, sir.
Yeah. Yep. Sir Joe
Mix-a-Lot.
Yeah.
As well. And then you had my boy up in Washington who had 260. He was the next one.
And Banderas had that many?
Yeah, Banderas was touching the rock.
Banderas on the low, and I know Banderas might be coming up. Banderas has some top 5 numbers.
He is coming up.
And the boy from whoever, I can't think, he's not scaring me. I ain't going.
Oh, that boy from Robinson, Brian Robinson.
Robinson is not scaring me, dog.
Yeah, they actually had that debate. The Hustler 14 had a debate, Gibby or ETN in the Dynasty startup. I went with ETN.
I'm taking ETN over.
Yeah.
Did you see what they said about ETN today, though?
Yeah.
Oh, he's trying to be like Debo. I was like, fuck yeah.
They throwing him. They just gonna throw him the rock and make him do everything, bro. I love
everything, bro. Oh, bruh.
Give me
It'll
money.
be a better version of Derek.
Hey, that's the definition of the GMM right there, bruh.
Give me money,
bro. Give me money all day.
Fuck yeah, man. Yeah, because he's coming off that injury, bro. He needs to get it in because after that rookie deal, he's trying to get his bag. So yeah.
I traded ETN and got the 1-1 and got Breece Hall.
Oh, I ain't mad at
in one of my dynasties.
Yeah, no, I ain't mad at that.
I know, but it's
they invested in the line too, even though that
because I had too much ETN all over my dynasties. I was like, I'm gonna start moving some to start diversifying. You know what I mean?
Right, diversify the bro.
Because it fucked me in all my leagues that I had ETN last year. You know what I mean?
I think the Jets players are sneaky fantasy relevant this year, bro.
I like it.
Yeah, I got Elijah Moore in 14. Elijah Moore fell in my lap. Yep.
Oh, my mama, bro.
So I'm curving Mixon here, and I'm curving Cook. I'm going Eckler. Big reason that defense, though, for the Chargers, like they're not going to be in this. I mean, they're going to be in a bunch of shootouts, but I feel like there's going to be some games where they just go hard and they get that lead, and their defense just holds it down. And they just pound the rock a little bit more with Eckler. And he's still going to get his receptions. Like, that's not going to change the part of their offense. But, yeah, that high-powered Chargers offense mixed with their defense to where Eckler's probably going to get more ground and pound work. Yeah, that's why I'm leaning Eckler.
The schedule is so rough if you're in the AFC West, NFC West. Like, it's just like
it's a gauntlet.
Yeah, the NFC South. Like, it's so crazy. But when you look at the schedules, it's like, whoa, this is going to be a bloodbath.
Hell
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Like you really got to earn it. Like you really got to earn your stripes during these seasons.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to Eckler. I mean, he got his mojo. You know what I mean? Austin
Yeah,
Powers.
man, oh yeah, I've got a theory about Eckler. Eckler's become more in tune with the fantasy universe to where, like, I think he wants that goal line role because, like, man, I'm gonna get me more fantasy points. You best believe
He
he's
drafting
drafting
himself.
himself. He drafting himself.
Man,
yeah,
did
so
y'all see the story about motherfucking Fam and Mike
Yeah.
Trout?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Jock Peterson.
they
he
said
did.
they
He slapped
buying
the
his
shit
10
out of
bands.
Jock Peterson. Yeah, shit was
Yeah.
nuts.
They
They
put high
said the
stakes on it.
buy-in is 10
Yeah,
bands.
10 grand. 10 grand, which makes sense. I mean,
Bro,
MLB
and
boys
that's
make
a 12
millions.
team, man.
You cheat me out of 10 grand, you're definitely getting a bitch slap.
No,
Hey, you
Oh,
slapped
yeah,
the fuck out of him.
but he
Oh,
said he's
yeah.
just a horrible commissioner, though, bro. That motherfucker. Hey, that motherfucker.
Oh, Jock Peterson's the commissioner?
But
That's
Mike
Oh,
Trout's the commissioner. But
You
Van
literally
Pitt slapped a Peterson and
Hold
bitched
on.
about Trout being the bad commissioner.
Oh,
That's
we
what
got
it
new
was.
evidence. I didn't know he was the commish. Okay.
Yeah,
No,
Mike,
Mike
Trout's
Trout,
the
you
fucking commish. Yeah.
Oh, Mike Trout. Oh.
Hey, that motherfucker's not having the draft day start on time. He's not making motherfuckers pay their buy-in on time. He's fucking the money off. That's what some commissioners do too.
But if the buy-ins that much, they need to get like a neutral third party kind of motherfucker to be their commissioner.
Hey,
They want to be in the fucking commissioner.
but,
There's
you know,
that much
Mike
money
Trout,
on the line.
Fam,
Shit.
all that Jock Peterson, man, them motherfuckers. Hey, 10 bands is
It's a couple of dollars.
10%.
I mean,
Yeah, it ain't that much. And I mean,
Yeah.
especially to Mike Trump, bro. He got like a 10-year, $400 million contract. 10 bands. He wipes his ass with 10 bands.
But you know what though, bro? One thing that story.
Hey, but not Tommy Fan. Tommy's like, listen.
Well, that's
man,
the Fam don't make the kind of money that Trout makes. That's why he
No,
was
no. But you
he
know
had
what?
him
Though?
in his IR.
That just puts perspective on what we doing right now. Even though this content might not be reaching them, but they are fans of what the fuck we are doing right now.
Yeah.
Whoever they get their
Yeah.
content from, it's other motherfuckers in
Hey.
their profession that do the
It might
same
be
shit
us.
that
You
do
never
what
know.
they do. It might be. It might,
Say
but
that
that's
again.
what I'm saying, though, bro.
I told him, hey, JD, you know what I said when we were talking about this earlier on the stream? I said, that's exactly what all of us would have done.
100%.
yeah.
Every single one of us.
Yeah, Mike
Bruh.
Trout, if
Fuck
you're
with my
watching this,
bread.
bro, he can give you tips on how to be a better commissioner. We're all commissioners.
what a
in
back
multiple
man
leagues,
is.
so
Look,
matter of
Mike,
fact,
slide
we-
in, man. We got you.
What you got to do, bro, we ain't even going to give you no tips. You just got to sit back and watch. So come fuck with one of these leagues. That's the thing.
Yeah, get
You
one of
gotta
those
get in the
dynasty.
league.
No. This is what I'm
That's
gonna say.
true.
Mike Trout, give me some money. I'll commission your league. I won't even play in it. I'll just
Yeah,
be the
so yeah, they need to
commissioner
get a
of it. You
neutral
pay me, then it's
commissioner,
all
yeah.
unbiased shit.
Exactly.
Hey,
If he's
hold on.
totally
Hold on.
unbiased.
While Mike
Don't move
Trout's
your
giving
trash
out
ass
money,
ESPN league to sleeper. That's the first order of business.
Give me some
Yes.
money, Mike Trout, if you're giving everybody money.
Yeah, Mike Trout, give me money for real. Yeah, he's only at 400 mil or whatever.
Hey,
the
Mike
fuck,
Trout
yeah.
got hella bread. I just
He
Googled
got
him.
so much bread, bro. And then
I'm telling
Otani's
you,
gonna be
bruh.
next, man. Otani's about to fix and get his bag with the Angels. Woo.
Hey, but
Yeah,
you know who's
You
not
guys
getting
know
the
what
bag?
Tommy Pham's making this year?
How
He's
much?
only making $7.5 million. You know,
Yeah,
what I
that
mean?
ain't
Fans is a
big
lot
compared
more
to
to him
Trout.
than Mike
You know
Trout.
who's
That's
not
Hey,
making a
Hey,
bag?
hey,
is Tommy
the
Fan.
Angels had to give the Japanese or the Korean, wherever he come from, like $100 million just to even be like,
Yeah,
look,
yeah,
bro,
to
we
get
do
his
all it.
rights.
Every
Yeah, the
time when you
Japanese
go get a
team.
player from
Yeah.
Asia, you're gonna have to
Yeah,
get
you
him
gotta pay
100
that franchise
just to
a
get the
lot
boy
of
to
money.
come, and then you got to get a
Exactly.
boy something.
Americana
Yeah.
greenback.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that
I'm
boy,
not-
so
I'm
that boy literally hits and pitches, so they better give him his bag. That's the best
Yeah,
player
that's
in
the-
MLB.
Hey, listen.
Hey,
he
that's
knows
the
full and
new
well.
millennial Babe Ruth, bro.
Hey,
That's
listen,
yeah, the
if he's from
Japanese Babe
Japan,
Ruth.
Man,
The
hey,
Japanese
no.
Babe Ruth.
He's the Otani, bro. But, hey, he doing shit that Babe ain't even doing, bro.
Yeah,
Hey,
Babe
listen.
Babe started as a pitcher and then he became a hitter. He never really did both at
Hey,
once.
shit,
Bro.
Babe
Otani's
Ruth.
literally doing both.
Hey,
Hey,
at
I
once.
like
Hey,
him
on my
even
mama.
more every day. I like this kid more. It's the first time I ever heard about
100%.
this kid. I don't fuck with baseball like that, so I'm on front. But the first time I heard about this kid was because of this shit. Because Hustler sent me. I look at this dude.
Bro.
Against the
Oh,
Giants.
that-
Slap the shit out of him.
And they call
Hey.
Pujols the machine. That motherfucker is the machine.
Hey,
Yeah,
Pujols,
100%.
remember the Panda Bear?
the panda.
Yeah.
Oh,
Shout out
Pablo,
to that
Pablo
punchy motherfucker.
Sandoval. Yeah, the
Yeah.
He
coach.
was
Oh,
slapping.
that was
Hey, in that World Series, bro.
Yeah,
that
I don't know
motherfucker
baseball.
was slapping shit.
I mean, he was. I'm sure he was. He was like the pride and soul of the Giants back then. I'm sure you remember him.
Yeah, the Giants were really good back then. Yeah, with Buster Posey, the freak
Yeah,
Tim
hell yeah.
Lincecum with the long hair, the pitcher. That boy was good.
Yeah.
bro.
My mama. And then Panda went and signed with the
every
Red
even
Sox
year we won that
for
thing.
100 and something million, and he disappeared.
Yeah, every year y'all got there, y'all would win. As a Cardinals fan, I hated the fucking Giants because they'd always knock the Cardinals out and then go and win the bitch. I was like, damn it, man, the Giants.
I hated
we
the
owned
Giants.
the Dodgers. We owned the Dodgers, but the Giants would always get us.
I hated it because of Bruce Bochy's bitch ass. Couldn't do
he
shit with the
came up
Padres.
north.
Always
He came up
failed, and then
north.
all of a sudden, fucking gets his shit together with the Giants.
And
Yeah,
went
shout
and
out to
goes
the
on
Padres. The Padres got a squad this year, and they're doing all this without Fernando Tatis. So just wait till Tatis comes back. The Dodgers could have some trouble. I know the Dodgers are the top right now, but shout out to the Padres. They pushing them.
And I saw like Fernando Tatis as a young rookie, and before he was getting all the major notoriety, and I could just tell he was going to be the face of baseball. Like ignited an entire team by himself. Nobody else igniting that team. Manny Machado couldn't even ignite shit. Like Fernando Tatis made Manny Machado turn back into Manny Machado.
Yeah, for real. Machado's been carrying as of late, but yeah, they're gonna need Tatis back.
All right, let's get back on the rails here for this last question.
Yeah, who's next?
We're-
He's like, oh, okay.
Too Kev, oh, not too Kev.
Yeah.
Bogey, we're gonna let you get this one first. We got your boy Montgomery, we got Saquon, and we got Antonio Banderas Gibson.
Ugh.
I knew you weren't going to be expecting to go first. That's why I wanted to.
Yeah, I know. Because, like, here's what's crazy is, like, Saquon is a guy we'll get him, like, in the third round, single QB, even later in the super flex. And that's like, imagine you can do all this other madness and then get him as your RB1 and feel hella good about that because it's Saquon. You know what I mean? And the upside could be, and if you go safe,
it might feel okay. I don't know if it's gonna feel hella good. I'm still kind of nervous on
no, because you know why? We only have one good year for real, and then other parts of years that were good, and the rest is all injury. And I'm just setting this up to say, like, I would curve them and go with the Monty because Monty just never fails me, bro. You know what I mean? He had 42 receptions last year and missed hella time. You know what I mean? And like, I mean, it's granted, Justin Fields hasn't shown to like really throw it at the running back, but you know he will. I'm just gonna bank on that. And I'll probably get him way later than I would, not way later, but later in this round, wherever we're at, than Barkley and Gibson.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, the thing is, though, like, I'm gonna have to curve Monty here because I just don't really trust the Bears at all. Like, I feel like the Bears are gonna be a very stagnant offense where Monty will be lucky to get like 6 tugs because they're not gonna be able to move the ball. They're setting up Justin Fields for failure. And the way it's a new system. You might see more of Khalil Herbert. It might not be all of Monty. I think Monty's a solid RB2, but it's going to be based off of volume. So give me Saquon here, bro. I'm going to say curve Gibby as well because he got McKissick there and they drafted the boy Brian Robinson for early downs. Might steal some goal line work. So I'm going Saquon here because for redraft, this is it for Saquon. This is his make or break year. This is his year 5, his 5th year option. Where this is it, bro.
Yeah.
This is it, bro. If Saquon doesn't perform this year, he is not getting paid. He's not getting that big bag he's been wanting. But I tell you what, he had that huge rookie year. It would not shock me if he had a year similar to that this year because he's got a major chip on his shoulder. He's trying to ball the fuck out this year because if he doesn't, he's not getting paid. So, and Dable's there now, a better offense. So yeah, give me Saquon here, bro. Saquads.
Guccini, where you rolling on this?
So if we draft him right now, bro, no lie, like what Bogey and Spence just said, dog. If I'm getting Saquon, even though Bogey said he taking Monty,
Yeah.
if I'm getting Saquon in the 3rd, early 3rd, mid 3rd, and I got to go fill 2 other positions, and this motherfucker give me
Saquon.
what we've seen, and he might be able to even outproduce what we've seen that he has on film already in that season that he produced. You know what I mean? But for this argument right now, I'm gonna go Gibson just based on that Gibson had top 5 in rushing attempts, top 3, I think, in rushing yards. I think it was only 3 running backs to go over 1,000. Wow, JT. I don't think Najee went over 1,000. Wow, but I know that Gibson was the 3rd. He only hit for like 1,064, which ain't a lot, but yet still
he did that.
264 attempts, 1,000 yards. Where we get frustrated as the community in fantasy football is where we heard the coach 2 years ago, like, oh, he reminds me of C-Mac.
He's about to be CMC.
Yeah, Ron Rivera spouting
with Rivera. We don't see C-Mac reception numbers because we got McKissick back there catching 70 catches a year, 55, 60 catches a year. You know what I mean? That's the only thing. But my thing is, I think when you get in the touches, you still hitting 4,000. You're getting unlucky with the touchdown in the touchdown department, but yet you're still being used in the goal line or in the green zone, however you want to call it. If he, just like how I said about I forgot who I was just talking about being unlucky with the touchdowns. Same thing the case with Gibson. If Gibson get 10 to 12, flirting with the double-digit TDs, and you got 1,000 yards, you know, or even if he can hit for 11, get a little bit more up there, and you get him in the 3rd round, he's outproducing what some of them second-round RBs might be, and some of them second-round RBs is kind of a little sketchy right now too.
And Gibson dumbass falls too
on everything.
Gibson
and that's just for this argument right now. But I'll take. I'm taking Saquon right now though, bro, over all 3 of these. But for the argument, give me Gibson because I think Gibson does have value. And then with Washington drafting that running back, it seems like some of the community has jumped off of Gibson, and that shouldn't be the case. It shouldn't be the case right now, bro.
Yeah, like that guy's
selling him for pennies right now. So the investment that you didn't make, you're jumping off of him, but yet we don't even know what the role is.
When did they draft that kid? What round?
I want to say in the 4th, 3rd or 4th round. So that does just lock him in for, you know,
he's not like kind of like Gibson though, was drafted in the 3rd round.
Yeah, I think B-Rob was 3rd. Yeah, he was a pretty high pick. He's definitely going to be up there.
But only thing with Gibson is he's produced. Like, that's the only thing. You got a rookie. We don't know what he's going to be coming in. You know what I mean? We still got
he's at that Alabama pedigree though. Those Alabama backs, I mean, they've had a few that missed, but for the most part, they hit. That's a very high hit rate with those guys.
Hey, I'm about to cue him in 14. I'm getting them.
And so because of the divisions here, I mean, I'm curving David Montgomery right off the bat, but he'd be like right behind these guys. So for me, it's either Saquon or Gibson. And I mean, the thing about Saquon, I mean, they got Neal, I believe the left tackle, you know, so they go there, they get some love on the line for him. But both these guys' offenses are gonna suck. Like that's the thing that sucks about it. I'm going Saquon though, just a little bit over Gibson. I'm not going to be too happy about it though, getting Saquon. I think I would rather have Gibson, but I just think that Saquon's upside is just a little bit higher. Everybody forgets though that Gibson got hurt in the first game.
Ronald's with you on that.
So that's another thing.
Here's the thing, it's like they all get hurt. These guys, they all get hurt. So it's like,
I'm talking about like stats wise. I mean, if everyone was wondering why,
but you're winning though, bro. If come August and all 3 of these dudes is going in the 3rd round, and you're able to go get 2 more running backs before them, or any combination of other positions, and to add one of these 3, whether it be your 3rd running back or your 1st running back, with other 2 positions that you can't argue with that though, bro.
Yeah,
these 3 have potential to pop.
The highest upside definitely lies with Saquon. You know what I mean? Like that's definitely the highest upside because you know what I'm saying, it's just, you know, we've seen what he's done in the past, but it's also like, can Danny Dimes Can he check it down? Can he, like when you look at some like the game against the Saints last year, he was electrifying in the passing game. You know what I mean? They were lining him up out wide. Like, can we do more of that? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, bro, what the hell was that, man? The Giants were shit all year. Then when they played,
and then they go and they kill the Saints.
Yeah, they had this great, stupid, phony Tony has this great game, and fucking Saquon. Man, that's the reason we missed the playoffs, bro. That's a fucking game, dude. I remember saying it. Watch this shit cost us the playoffs. So sure enough,
shit, they came back,
man. Hey, shout out to Ron in the comments too. That's how I feel about Monty, because we just seen Monty 2 years ago take people to the promised land, like how Huss got on his rings in the fucking intro. He's 6 ringed up, bro. You know,
listen,
that's what Monty did for motherfuckers 2 years ago. So the recency bias, like my dog Bogey say, you know what I mean? These 3, they got the potential to get you to where you need to be, bro. But if
you know what I like about
draft day right now, you got to pick, and if I'm picking Saquon. But for this argument, I had to go.
Bro, they have no O-line. Their O-line is like the worst in the whole NFL.
That is true. But you know what though? He's up there with yards after contact. Listen, he just does it, bro. And here's another thing too: is he's gonna go late. He's that guy that's in the 4th round in these for this exercise purpose, right? He's the guy that's gonna go later than all these motherfuckers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's a trip because like they just don't recognize him for some reason, and all he does is put up numbers. Also,
because you might be able to get 2 of these guys, especially if you're at like the 3-4 turn, you're right there. And you snatch up Gibson and Monty.
Well, I mean, as much as I've shadowed Monty here, I'll take Monty still over Gibson. I'm feeling Saquon though, is because I feel like it's just his time, bro. It's like
I do like that.
And I believe in him.
The ball a lot at the running back, like Devin what's his name, Devin Singletary. To finish out the year last year.
It's just like Saquon. Yeah. I think Saquon is going to be a statistical monster this year. Like I think it's not like there's other analysts.
Hey, you're telling me on it though.
Only one, but like I'm going to be getting a lot of Saquon in not dynasty, but redraft though. I feel I'm going to have a lot of Saquon this year. And the last thing, what's funny? The last time I had a lot of Saquon was his rookie year and when he was great. So I'm hoping
to have him.
We can have that mojo again. I believe he's a fellow Aquarius. So yeah, let's go Saquon, bro. I'm taking him a lot this year.
And so that was the last question that we had queued up. But B Flat Soul Sacks, he says Breece Hall versus Kenneth Walker. Now this is redraft. Everyone's in dynasty mode, and in dynasty, everyone's saying Breece Hall no matter what. But I'm on the Kenneth Walker side of this, to where for redraft, I will be targeting Kenneth Walker and probably not Breece Hall because of how overhyped he is.
I'm not mad at that take.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, because Breece Hall is a 3rd round pick right now. That's a lot. You know what I mean? We don't even know what the fuck is going on over there. We don't know what the role is with him. And
there's gonna be some mannerisms in there.
Yeah, and Michael Carter is definitely going to have a role there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now. You take Kenneth Walker over there, and you got Chris Carson coming off a neck injury. You got the boy from San Diego State who just injured his hammy already again.
Rashad Hammy.
Wait, he already got injured in the offseason?
Yes. Penny already got injured. Yeah.
Already, bro.
Rashad Hammy. That's why he went in the double-digit rounds.
On my mind. So
we've been doing
it looks like the clear pathway for somebody to be a 25 touch, and we know what Pete Carroll wants to do. And he's not letting the quarterback cook the fucking 5-course meal. He's letting the defense and the special teams and the running backs cook the meal, and everybody else you could just have a seat at the table. So clear pathway is Kenneth Walker to being a RB1.
Yeah.
Easier than Kenneth.
And that line is going to be better too.
Yeah, they drafted
they still got the ammo too, though, bro. They got shitload of picks coming.
And listen, and they get Baker in that thing.
As much as Russ was talking shit, this entire time, give me an O lineman, and then they use the pick that they trade for.
I got hella Breece Hall, bro.
Yeah, I tell you what, I mean, as much as I like Walker, I think he's got a lot of upside, but I'm gonna have to go Brees here because I feel like with Brees is like Brees the Beast, like he's a guy that has that 3-down ability. I know Carter might have somewhat of a role, but I think it's gonna be a minimal role at that. I don't see Carter having much of a role. I know some people have touted him saying he could be a sleeper and all that, but I want no part of Michael Carter. I think this is gonna be Brees Hall's backfield to dominate. I see him being like a like a Shady McCoy, Jamal Charles type of runner, somebody that's gonna he's a beast on the ground
Shady
and he
Charles
can
is what they'll
catch
call him.
like bro. I think he's got it's just the Jets, it's scary,
I
but
love it.
I think with Salah and having that Shanahan mojo there in the
Pedigree,
Jets,
yeah.
to pay with Mike LaFleur, Matt LaFleur's brother.
Yeah.
I think Brees Hall, they're gonna see that. They go with the most talented guy. I mean, look at Shanahan last year. I mean, Debo was 100% and killing it. So, I mean, he just fed Debo and then Elijah Mitchell. I mean, he's not afraid to feed motherfuckers. He'll go with committees if he doesn't have anybody.
Hey, Elijah Mitchell was getting 20 totes.
But
bro.
you know what, though,
I'm
bro?
saying, like, I think Brees Hall's going to get a lot of totes, and he's going to be the guy there. Give me Brees.
I just got one little rebuttal, though.
All right.
Ty Johnson had 55 receptions last year. So
if
Michael Carter plays the Ty Johnson role, if Michael Carter plays the Ty Johnson role, there's not too many running backs that get 50 receptions in a year.
I do.
Yeah, it's just Brees Hall is a great receiver out of the backfield. Or
I understand that too, though. No, I definitely understand that.
And
but
they have all 3 running backs still.
No, they do.
They didn't get rid of anybody.
But I think that Michael Carter is more talented than Ty Johnson. And so what you had last year of a Tevin Coleman,
out of there,
a Michael Carter, and a Ty Johnson, now you got a Brees Hall, a Michael Carter, and a Ty Johnson. So if that Brees is that, that 20 touch guy, and you still getting Michael Carter still getting 5 carries and 5 receptions, he got fantasy relevant too, though. So don't write off Michael Carter.
I mean, think about this, bro.
And Ty Johnson was getting 5 receptions, 7 receptions, 8 receptions a game. Go look at if you got a sleeper right now, go look at it. Ty Johnson was eating last year, bro.
Yeah, he was. I mean, how about this too? If you look at like the Niners shit, right? Like, look at Elijah Mitchell. He was getting a bunch of totes. He wasn't really getting too many targets, though. It was all
that's true.
Like,
and that was frustrating because Elijah Mitchell, dating back to his college days with the Raging Cajuns, he could catch. Trey Ragas actually was more the bigger back. Eli was the more the receptions guy. That's why I was surprised at what his role was last year, that he became like he was.
I mean, he did. He caught. I swear he caught
like
a couple.
Yeah, he caught like 25. Yeah, he wasn't a total ghost in the receptions game.
But also,
wait, hold on. We still talking about Michael Carter and Ty Johnson?
No, you're talking about the 49ers. With he was saying about
I was talking about related
Mitchell, but he didn't catch a whole lot last year.
That could be the nightmare scenario for Brees Hall. Like, he's such a shiny toy. And then we want it, but it's like, and you know what happens if you don't get 20 carries is because maybe the game script said it. Maybe they're losing.
And that's another thing right there too.
Need the Jets to be actual. I've been saying this too. Like,
and the Jets probably
to actually be a better team.
They're gonna need Brees Hall to get those receptions.
We need them to be a better team, for real.
And so, just for some context, so Michael Carter last year, 55 targets, 36 receptions, 325 yards. Ty Johnson, 55 targets, 34 receptions, 372 yards.
My bad. I said 50 receptions. It was 55 targets.
Hey, but look at this. I'm gonna say this. I can spin it the other way because I'm going greasy breezy. You know what I'm saying? Greasy breezy Hall. You know what I'm saying? A strange son of Scott Hall. He's greasy because he's oozing with machismo. Give me Brees Hall. And goddamn all those stats you just read, Huss. That's give me that to
he's getting those, bro. He's
that
dude,
greasy one.
Yeah, he's like I say, he's kind of like a shady Jamal Charles type figure, bro.
Give it all to him.
I think this is that CEH hype though. When we're thinking about it,
Don't
just-
do it.
Oh, that's
don't
cold,
do it,
Hus. That's
man.
throwing
Yes.
cold
Don't
balls
I
don't
do
on
this
like
all the
that.
time.
Woo.
Okay, look it.
Hey.
If Brees Hall busts this year, right? Then you can say to me, Bogart, you say you do this all the time.
Right,
Well,
yeah, because speaking of in the hustle,
I did that. I did that with Clyde.
I got fucking Clyde in like the
I did
ninth
that with
round,
Rashad Penny
and
back in
Bogey pulled up
2018.
Brees. Bogey pulled up Brees in the third round with that pick he acquired for me for Derek Carr.
I felt good about it too.
Yeah, you did.
I
I
mean,
got
that's a
shiny
dynasty,
toys. Yep.
Yeah, that's a dynasty for
Yeah.
sure.
Hell yeah.
I still felt really good. I was like, yes, I moved
And-
back.
And
I
B
did
flat
like
soul
hustle
sack.
shit.
B flat soul sack says thanks, guys. I know y'all said last question, but I forgot to add James Cook.
No.
I mean, he's not going to be in that mix.
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
got
well,
curved
he
James
is,
Cook,
but
yeah.
I mean, most people are going Brees Hall over James Cook, and I think most people will go Kenneth
Yeah.
Walker over.
Yeah,
James
because
Cook
he
also.
doesn't have the rushing upside, and then plus the Bills are a throw first attack. So yeah.
Yeah, but yet
I was gonna say, drop that dynasty joint that we did. Drop that in the chat because we were the running.
Oh
backs
yeah, the
who-
dynasty. Yeah,
we
we went
actually-
overall.
we actually went
Yeah.
extensively about the James Cook and you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean,
and
I
all
like James Cook. Yeah, he was my RB3. I'm not shitting on him. It's just compared to
Yeah.
Hall and Walker, I've got to curve him because he doesn't have that rushing upside like
my
they do.
only thing is though with Dabo being gone and Ken Dorsey being there now, we don't know what the run game situation is going to look like. You know what I mean? Ken Dorsey could favor it just a tad bit more than what Dabo does, and that could be a hot head situation. You got this young kid with the fresh legs. You know what I mean? With a little bit.
Oh,
of
but
height.
is it Joe? It's Joe Brady.
Yeah, and Joe
now, too,
Brady's there too. Yeah, well, Joe Brady's the quarterbacks
Yeah,
coach, and Dorsey's
Joe
the
Brady's gonna
OC.
throw that thing to the boy, bro.
I mean, we just don't know what Buffalo is going to be with that situation. But if anything is promising with out of them three running backs is that they did get Singletary got a lot more usage towards the end of the season going into the offs. So that is a promising thing that they are going to try and emphasis the run game. But it's a dart though. As you start getting later on into the draft, but you can't, you won't be wrong for taking one of the three. But the first two that you want to take is going to be Cook and Singletary. You know what I mean?
And
Oh
see,
yeah,
and,
Cook are gonna be banking on the
I fuck with- I
reception
fuck
because
with
he's
that.
not gonna get the rushing. It's just if Singletary would get hurt though, that could open things up.
Hey, let's not throw things out there like that.
Hey, Hustle had so much Singletary.
Yeah, I'm guessing Hussey have a lot of Singletary. Like, why you get so
It's
defensive there?
the
man?
So
value.
he's so late. I mean, just
Yeah.
people are just totally off him. So he's one.
Yeah, I
of those
noticed
late
that in
guys.
14, fucking Cook went like the 6th round, and Huss pulled up Singletary like the 10th. Like,
Dunzo.
damn, what
I
a,
see
that's
you,
the
Ron.
fucking value.
Hey, that's a big shit in our league. Dunzo. Oh my mama.
But so let me go back to at least the big reason why I think that Brees Hall is getting these CEH vibes. I mean, when it comes to these like real workhorse like running backs, your Najee
I'm
Harris.
going to use the urinal.
Yeah, Bogart doesn't want to hear this. Your Najee Harris backs, your Zekes, your Fournettes, your Josh Jacobs. I mean, these are all. It's all the draft capital. I mean, these guys going in the upper half of the first round. I mean, Najee, a little bit farther down than, the Zekes of the world and your Leonard Fournettes and Saquon Barkley's. But teams aren't putting in all their chips on a guy. I mean, like Brees Hall. What was he, their 4th pick or something in the draft, or their 5th pick? I'm not saying they don't value him, but if he's really going to be like the entire offense, he's going to be within their top 3 picks somewhere. I mean, I just always feel that. And I bet the closer we get to the season, I bet Brees Hall is like right at that 1-2 turn, kind of like CEH was. Single QB, I mean, shit, 10, 11, something. So anywhere between 9 and 11 RBs are going to go off in the first round.
No, and I agree. What you just said right there in those few words is that come by August, September, Brees Hall could jump up at that turn. We've seen it all the time with running backs, and I've done it twice, bro. I've done it with Royce Freeman.
Royce the 5'9".
It was one other motherfucking running back See, it was CEH. I got it on camera on the Hard to Start shit his rookie year. I jumped on the rookie hype train on Royce Freeman. I took Royce Freeman in the 3rd round that year, his rookie year, bro. And burnt the fuck out of me, bro. Had me going to the clinic to go get that. Burnt this shit, fuck Royce.
And I was on that in the auction league that year when CEH was a rookie. I spent all my money on CMC and CEH, and it was like both of them right out the gates. And both of them, you know, I mean, CEH just fucking sucked. CMC got hurt in week 2 that year. Like, man, my entire team was fucked. It was like the most unfun team that I've had in a long time.
I'm telling you, bro. Fucking A. That shit hurts. And it's every year with some type of rookie running back, bro. You know what I mean? It panned out for CMC. CMC wasn't a league winner his rookie year, but I think it was his 2nd year where he broke out. Le'Veon Bell had a great rookie year, but I think it was his 2nd year where he broke out. Zeke, I think it was his rookie year that he balled the fuck out. You know
CMC being the white running back, it took him 3 years before people like really took him seriously. Because like the first year you had Fournette, you know, who was, I mean, number 4 overall pick, so he's getting drafted higher. But I remember that 2nd year. What was that? Was that 2018? Where his 2nd year? I was getting him in the early 2nd round. I got him in multiple leagues there, and it was championships.
Oh, my mama, my guy. So in one of the leagues I commissioned, one of my homeboys, he took Zeke with his 1st round pick. It was in the first 5 picks, double back and got C-Mac. And that was his core of his team. Took him to the fucking ship that year. Shout out to my dog. Shout out to my dog Hefe. Oh, everything.
CMC was man, like those first 2 years. I mean, it was crazy because he was
the first value. Year he was good, but he was the crazy value though, and he wasn't.
Yeah, he was the value.
Right after that,
it was Jonathan Stewart.
Once he went even the year he went to 2000, he was already a top 3 pick.
Right,
and it was, and then ever since then, and then I mean, we just needed him to be healthy. You know what's crazy is I went down a rabbit hole that I didn't want to really go down. Because I don't like fucking McAdoo, Ben McAdoo, you know what I mean? Because I couldn't remember a fucking running back that ever ate for him in fantasy, you know what I mean? But then I was like, you know what? This is why I said I don't like the rabbit hole, because I was like,
the rabbit hole can be dangerous.
It's CMC.
It can be good, you know but it's a double-edged sword.
He's a unicorn, bro.
Yeah, like, sometimes you gotta. I was like, what? No,
he's a fucking unicorn.
Saquon's rookie years. Wasn't McAdoo still the Giants' head coach?
No.
Who was the coach at that point? It wasn't Joe Judge.
Okay, no.
Was it Shermer?
Pat
Shermer. Was that it? Oh, okay.
2018, right?
Yeah, this is 2018. The Giants. So it was Shermer.
And Shermer is.
Yeah, they've been through a lot of coaches, bro.
Pat Shermer is from the Kubiak Shanahan tree. You know what I mean? So, and that was crazy because that's a version of that where this guy's like, I'm gonna feed this one guy. You know where Pat Shermer came from before that? He came from Minnesota, where he had Dalvin Cook. Before Dalvin Cook died, you know what I mean?
Saquon ate so much for that team being so trash that year. They were 5-11 that year.
Yeah, he did so fucking good.
Before Dalvin Cook, Pat Shermer had Adrian Peterson. That was like, yo, Pat Shermer is gonna run this thing. So I had
Saquon, bro. Yeah, I had big nuts that year in an industry experts league, Twitter versus Instagram. They called it. I was on Team Instagram, and but everyone had their own team, right? But I had the 5th pick, and I was like, fuck, I was pissed because the consensus top 4 that year was fucking Gurley, DJ Bell, and then somebody else. I can't remember.
Yeah, Elliott.
Oh, yeah, Zeke. That's what it was. Zeke.
Yep.
Yeah, Nate Hamilton. Shout out to Nate Hamilton. He took Zeke. Yeah, that was the top 4, and I had 5th, and I was like, you know what? Fuck
we doing this thing.
I'm not taking the fucking receiver like everybody else was saying. Everyone said, oh, take Julio, take AB. Fuck that. Give me Saquon. I want on the RB1 action too. And sure enough, Saquon 8. And then in the 3rd round, I fucked around and took Tyreek the Freak. And he was just as good or better than Julio or AB that year.
Man, I remember one league. Everyone was cracking off just that entire list that you said. And I was at number 6, and I'm chatting with number 5, and he's like, "Who are you gonna take?" And I made it seem like I was gonna take a QB because it was super flex. So he took a QB, and then I took Saquon. And then, man, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Like on that team, I had like DeAndre Hopkins. Ended up getting Nick Chubb as off the waiver wire, and it was Watson and Mahomes that I had that year. Like it was nasty.
Yeah, I actually traded the freak that year for Hopkins in a package deal.
Hey, that was a good deal. People want. You know what's funny? That year,
yeah, that was Mahomes' breakout.
Hopkins, he did his thing through the playoffs in 2019. I remember because of that year in 2018, and just for every year that Hopkins even existed, right? I remember I had a ton of Hopkins in 19, and he failed so bad in the chip. I was fucking hot. It was a game. It was infamous Winston with Bruce Arians versus Watson in them, and it was a Saturday game. You know, one of them December joints, obviously because it's Super Bowl, 16-week Super Bowl. And bro, that game was so hoot. I was like, fuck, I had Hopkins and Winston. And it just fucked me, and then I fucking and then I had the tough decision to go fucking all out hero with fucking Dalton against, this is 2019, with Dalton against the Ryan Fitzmagic led Dolphins, because their defense was so bad that first year with Brian Flores. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or do I play Dak, who was nursing this shoulder on his throwing arm, right? And then and on the West Coast, you know what I'm saying, that it was the 10 o'clock game was Dalton. So I was like, fuck. And I came to him, I'm like, you know what, dude? He was throwing all week in practice. You know what I mean? It's the later game. You know what I mean? I'm you know what, we're just gonna go with Prescott. Bogard Prescott free. And then I'm watching Dalton. He throws for 4. Someone can even look this up. 2019, week 16, Dolphins Bengals. He throws for 4, and then he runs one in. Then he runs the 2-point in too to go to overtime. It was crazy. I was like,
bro,
And Dalton had a good run too, though, bro.
Yeah, the red rifle, bro. Yeah, he's our backup now. He's my Saints backup now.
And that was the first year. That was his first and last year. It was the first year with Zach Taylor, and it was his last year. But it was just crazy because it was like, dang, dude, this is, you know, because and Zach Taylor just came from Sean McVay too. So here he is bringing that. And I've been on Joe Mixon since then because of that. Like, I know, like, Spencer, you were talking about, like, you don't think Joe Mixon is too much of a pass catcher. Like, he models himself after Lev Bell. He even wears the little band. He can run routes. He can run routes. He's from Antioch,
he's all right.
He's from the same soil as
30 receptions
and Najee, bro. They just
let it be known, bro. Let it be known,
bro.
Yeah, well, actually, he caught 42 last year. So, I mean, he can catch. I'm not saying he couldn't get, because compared to who are we comparing him to, Najee and Dalvin? I mean, they're both going to catch more than him. But, yeah, he can catch. He's not a liability in that. Yeah, he can catch. Yeah, it's just, but, I mean, it's Burrow, though. Burrow and Chase and Higgins, that's the main show in town. Mix-a-Lot's nice, but, I mean, the passing game's where it's at over there.
I like touchdowns and I cannot lie.
Oh, they're going to get a shitload of them over there. Oh, yeah.
You get sprung.
And so how about Saquon's rookie year? Let me just read off his numbers real quick. 1,307 yards on the ground. You guys remember what his average was on 1,300 yards?
8 yards.
5.7.
It was 5.0, but right on the dot. But 261 rushes. They didn't even need to use them 300 times. And then he had 91 receptions, 121 targets, 721 yards through the air, 2,028 yards. He led the league in yards from scrimmage.
Yeah, you best believe he was the 101 in fucking 2019 Dynasty startups.
Yeah.
And he ain't done shit since then. It's been all downhill from there. Wow. I remember actually seeing him on film in college. That's another thing that inspired me. I I was watching his film. I was like, man, this dude looks like fucking Barry Sanders, bro. Like he looks like the next Barry Sanders. And sure enough, his rookie year he was, but then ever since then, it's like he ain't been anything close to Barry.
You know what too is like he had Pat Shurmur there, and then with a veteran.
That motherfucker had Jason Garrett, bro.
Jason Garrett. Well, the thing is, though,
Wasn't that the last year for Pat Shurmur, and then it was Jason Garrett after that?
No, I'm talking about the rookie year.
Clapper,
I'm talking about the rookie
Hey, that
year.
motherfucker might as well have had Tom Coughlin over there, bro.
Well, yeah. Well, the thing is, though, I mean,
The
I'm not
rookie
cutting him
year,
slack
man.
because it's like fucking Barry Sanders had to play in Detroit all those years, so like he didn't get any favors. Then, like Saquon, bro, this is his year he's got to do it this year, man. If he doesn't, he's not gonna get paid
He
straight up.
needs to get the monies.
Yeah, that's why I think he's gonna go off this year because he wants his monies, and we know how recency bias kicks in. If he has a huge year, someone's
Hey,
gonna
but
give
if you
him
go
his
to
money.
Sports Track though, bro, there ain't too many running backs that get paid 8-figure salaries in the NFL, right? It's all 7-figure salaries, right?
Joe Mixon, Dalvin Cook and Derrick Henry are the last ones. Oh, and Austin
Jones,
Eckler.
right?
CMC.
Aaron Jones.
Yeah.
And Aaron Jones.
Oh,
Yeah,
look.
CMC. Yeah.
So to back up what y'all just said,
And they're all in the same age range. They all got the bag.
They ain't picked his contract up. Do you want to be an 8-figure nigga like by the name of Jigga, which is a classic home bar, or do you want to be a basic bitch like how the niggas be calling these? And I'm not just no disrespect to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you gonna be that nigga, or you gonna be like these other dudes?
Well, that's the thing, and I think he wants to be up there. He doesn't want to just be a basic bitch. So that's why I think he's gonna go off this year.
That's the point that I was trying to prove, bro. This should make it, and I was just piggybacking off what y'all said. Fifth-year option. What we doing? First round pick, top 5 pick, bro. We seen it 2,000 wow in your rookie year. The last,
you know what
3
crazy
years,
too is I have too much Saquon in these startups because
I do too, bro. I do too, and that's how much.
Too much Saquon, too much ETN.
Look,
I have Saquon and ETN teams.
Saquon and Miles Sanders is my guys, 100%, bro. 100%.
They're both Penn State guys.
I think, bro, 100%. I think I got at least 3. I know I got 2 teams for sure where that's my RB1 and 2, bro. I want to say I got 3 teams with that combination, but I know I got 2 for sure. And the 14 is one of them on my mount.
Well, yeah, you got Miles in the 14. Yeah, you traded up for Javonte in the 14.
Oh, well, then it the 14. Oh, my bad, bro.
I just thought of it.
Now I got to go see.
Hey, y'all ready for
Yeah, you
this?
gave up a lot for Javonte, and that was with Huss. You moved up the board.
Hey, but I only lost
Javonte.
2 picks. I lost 2 picks, but, I'm getting a 22-year-old running back. Melvin Gordon going to be out of there after this year. It's his. We seen what he did in the last 8 games. He was the 10th overall running back in the second half of the season.
You know what, though?
And it was still a share. And it was still a timeshare in the second half of the season, too. So
I love Javonte. You know what's crazy?
It was either going to be him or Trey Lance, and I got Trey Lance in a dynasty, and you know what I mean? So I just be trying to
so
pick
glad
shit
you
up,
didn't
bro.
get Lance there because I got to
Yeah,
get my
Bogard
Niners.
got Lance. In that.
I got to get Niners.
Oh, you got Lance. You got Lance before the 9th pick.
No.
No, you took Burrow at
because
the
the fact
8th
that you
pick,
didn't
and then
get
you got
him,
Lance in the second.
I remember telling Spencer, I was like, okay, it's either it's JD or it's TD are the guys that like who would get Lance before me. Or and my brother, because my brother's in this league too.
Oh, yeah, and your brother, Candlestick.
Right? I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, Candlestick. So that's he's married to my girl's sister.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's my man. And then there's a couple other cats from the Bay, like the 49er guy, and then Hansel or what's his name?
Harley Mays.
Harley Mays.
Shout out to Harley Mays for drinking the Budweiser.
Shout out to the whole motherfucking league, bro.
Shout out to Uncle Buck. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so anybody could have jumped in. We already know TD. He loves Lance too. So
TD with 0 QB. TD didn't take a QB until the Judge Davis Mills.
Well, see, I think what happened was in one of these leagues that we did, I had the 112, and TD really wanted Lance, and he traded up with me to get that 112 so he could snatch Lance. And
And then he swung around and still drafted, and he drafted Watson. So I was like, damn, that was kind of slick. You know what I mean? Like with his original pick, right? That he got Watson. But then, and so I was just, and then I've seen him also in his own league. I mean, in his dynasty. And at the 1-9, he pulled up Lance. And what's crazy is like he swung back around and they got Kyler Murray. And because it was a bunch of like fools that never really played dynasty. And it's modeled just like the hustle leagues, right? And a lot of cats they went like normal, like JT, fucking Jamar Chase. Well, they went like it was like a redraft type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like non-super flex. And I was like, when obviously the top dog QBs they went off, but then when it came to what I'm saying, even when it came to me, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna grab Jefferson here. I'm looking at everybody not grabbing QBs. I'm gonna grab Jefferson. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I swung around and I was like, shit, Cup is here. I'm gonna grab Cup. And I got Stafford in the 3rd round of that draft.
Oh,
And then I got Lawrence. Hold on, check this out. I got Lawrence. And then in the 9th round, I got Brady.
Wait, this is super flex.
In this Superflex Dynasty starter.
You got Brady in the starter.
In the 9th
Okay,
round.
wow. But
I
still,
know
though, that's
Brady went in the
super
fucking 2nd round of our startup.
For context,
That's crazy.
for context, this was like April. I mean, I don't even know if he was back yet or not. He might, because this was definitely after 420 is when this draft started. It was like I just remember being like right after 420. When did we start the 13? You remember that, Huss? Because I was like, damn.
So you got Brady, Lawrence, and Stafford on.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Then I got Jameson. I got
nasty.
Winston too.
And infamous, bro. You got all the people are gonna be coming to you like crazy for trading.
I got Baker too in that
Please
joint.
give me a
Baker
QB.
too.
Please,
Baker
Bogard,
fell so bad. It was like
they're gonna be begging you on their hands and knees for a
listen,
quarterback.
man, and
you got so much leverage in that fucker, dude. That's
my team is
incredible.
nasty too.
They're gonna be begging you for a fucking quarterback.
Hey, and you know what? And you know how and what you just said, Spencer. I learned that my first year in the SBI.
Oh yeah,
you got that. You got to go have your QB cup, bro.
Yeah,
oh my mama. On top of 3 QBs, you got to go have at least one of your QB cups, bro. Oh my mama. And this is my 3rd year going on the SBI.
COVID can happen.
COVID year was my first year.
Yeah, bro. I tell you, in the
last year was the
14. Hey, all he knows is COVID super flex.
Yeah, in the 14, bro. It's like, I had to get fucking. I got Herbert, and then I traded up for Derek Carr because I had to secure 2 studs there. I was like, it's my first time doing a hustler league, but I was like, I know this from what they say and how it goes, like quarterbacks or the Kings. Like, I gotta get 2 studs here, bro. And the AFC West motherfuckers, like, they're gonna be in some shootouts. I had to do it.
Oh yeah,
I like what everybody is doing. Like this, there's a couple ones like it's gonna be interesting. Like this league's gonna be fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this.
Yeah, who's it on right now? Is 49er? What's
Yeah, the fucker McGoober's holding it up, bro. Come on, McGoober.
So I know that McGoober works super early in the morning. He's on Cali time, so I don't know if he's he might even be asleep already. But yeah, getting ready to reset the clock anyways for the night or turn it off. So
he's in the same bracket.
I think he needs to run.
Yeah, he's only got 2 hours left. Yeah, it shows the green dot. I think he's about to pick, actually.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, there we go. I do see it now.
Hey, someone tag him like, yo, you're OTC, bro.
I did.
Yes.
Yeah. He's taking
live
his
on
time.
Playmakers.
Yeah, maybe he was taking a nap or something. Yeah, because then I get to pick again soon. 20
Melvin Gordon ain't going nowhere. I mean, Melvin Gordon is out of there after this year, bro.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, come on, Ronald. Yeah, come on,
Ronald.
Hey,
Melvin
Gordon is 30.
Bullshit ass take. Melvin Gordon's gone after this year.
He's one of them single digit regulars. Hey, Javante. Hey,
yeah, it's funny. I love Ron. Shout out to Ron, but sometimes it's like, man, I agree with you, Ron. And I'm like, Ron, the fuck are you talking about?
Hey, he wasn't serious.
Yeah, I fuck with him too. It's just, man, he gives so many
serious
takes,
when he says that shit, though.
Ron is like, I mean, Ron has an opinion on everything. So.
He is so serious when he says that shit.
Everything. Professor Ron.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the high-minded professor. Yep.
Well, there we go. So hopefully we get Magoober picking real soon here, and then it's JD with back-to-back.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you gotta get back to back. Don't STD say you flirt with my guys. Don't flirt with all my
Don't
guys.
flirt with 'em.
JD.
Don't bring them in for no
Hey,
interview.
TD, hey, hold on, TD. Listen, I gotta say this.
You flirt with
This
my
boy-
guys, Bogard. You flirt with my guys.
Oh my God.
Christian Watson, which, by the way, I got Christian Watson in 14. So TD, that's my guy now. If you want him, send me an offer. This is my guy. I got him.
I'm gonna have to start treating you. I'll be Jay, and you can be Silent Bob. Bogey, you better get off my Kool-Aid, motherfucker.
Oh shit.
Oh shit! I can never be silent. You'd have to put me on mute, but I'd be like,
Yeah, you'd never be able to be Silent Bob.
I'd be like live Silent Bob. Saying hella shit, no one can hear that motherfucker.
Do we have any more to curve or not to curves left?
No, we're out of those.
No.
Oh, we're out. Okay, well, I got one for y'all. I got
I
a tight
can't. I
end.
can't believe Mark Andrews and Kelsey wasn't in the mix.
Yeah, actually, I got a tight end one for y'all. Tight end.
Okay, let's do
Yeah.
both of those. Fuck, I'm with you. What you
Yeah, let's see.
talking
I have a, here's what I'll have to give y'all a 3-point tie. Well, we can start with
Oh, there we
okay,
go.
oh,
The pick is
Vancouver.
in. KJ Osborne.
Interesting.
about? Okay,
JD, you're on the
Osborne,
clock.
son.
Yep, JD's on the clock back to back.
This is dope. All right, yeah.
Yeah, they go, you want me to go with the
Hey,
tight
JD,
end?
you gotta get.
Yeah,
mine
let's hear it.
back,
What's
bro.
your
Yeah,
question?
mine had a
I'm keeping it
3-part.
100
I
with
mean,
you.
yeah, Kelsey Andrews is the obvious, but to me, the 3-part question is pretty interesting. I noticed once the top 4 go, Kelsey, Kittle, Andrews, and Pitts, after them, it's a very much a debate for 5, 6, and 7. So my draft curve or type to curve or not to curve would be fucking Darren Waller the baller, TJ Hawkinson, and Dalton Schultz. I mean, Dalton Schultz, I know it's Guccini. You took Dalton Schultz pretty high in the startup, and rightfully so. That boy is a baller. So to me, all 3 of those are very close. What y'all going with there?
I like.
I'm
Waller.
going Waller, and it's super close.
Yeah.
And I don't want any part of Hawkinson. I'm curving him to the max. I will not have
Irvin,
Hawkinson. Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here, Hawkinson.
Yeah, say it like a Jewish motherfucker. Hawkinson.
But
Yeah,
so yeah,
I-
it'd be between Schultz and Waller, and you're only hurt until you're not, and it is what it is. He had a bad year, due to injury, and he had a bunch of different injuries. But big things are going to be happening with the Raiders this year. That's for sure in their offense, and so I'm leaning Waller.
Oh, and there goes Hassan Reddick and Kevin Byard.
Yeah.
The Guccini.
Yeah.
I tell you what, JD,
There you
shout
go.
out for that Byard pick. I was torn between him and the boy from the Cardinals, Thompson. I went with Thompson because he's a little younger, but I damn near took Byard there with that 19-9.
Kevin
Yeah, man.
Byard is just so solid. Like in fantasy too. Like he's gonna get a ton of tackles. He's doing everything, bro.
Well, yeah, you guys
Yeah.
pissed me off there because I went running back with the last pick just so I could lock in Zamir White because I got Josh Jacobs a bunch of rounds earlier, and I was hoping that one of those 2 safeties would fall to me, and you guys took both of them.
Yeah, I had to take Thompson, bro. That's a 100
Ah.
tackle dude, bro. And then Buda
Yeah.
Baker is like more the free safety now. I mean, TD taking all these IDPs. I think he may have played himself because we're getting hella values here late, and now TD's got. Don't mean to pick on him, but I mean, shit, he took so many IDPs early. His skill players are hurting, hurt.
Yeah, and I
Hey, I'm
understand
about
what
to
he,
send him some trades.
I understand what he did. I mean, I understand what he did. I mean, some guys, in some of these leagues, they go off quick, but
Yeah.
me and Bogey were talking about, and it was like he was trying to start the IDP run, but it just like never
Yeah.
happened. Nobody followed suit.
Yep, no
He
one
kept trying to
did.
spark. He kept trying to spark that thing up. You know what I mean? And he was right. You know what was so dope is like when I've been in drafts, every dynasty league, every hustler league I'm in, TD's in too. And like me, TD, and Hustler are right next to each other in these drafts. So like I'm very aware of what they're like, what they're gonna do. And it's the same thing with Hustler. He knows he never has to worry about me because I'm probably gonna do some Bogard shit while he can get whoever he's looking at. You know what I mean? And it was the same thing where I'm like, but it was so crazy because when I know what TD normally does, he's like never frails from what he does. You know what I mean? or strays, I should say,
Yeah.
away from what he does. And he did everything different. He preaches 0 RB, and he went RB. He went Najee. Then he went
Cup in the second, and then Swift in the third.
So he was killing it. You know what I mean? That's tight. But then he just kept going, like, because okay, for context, when to trade up in front of TD, right? Spencer to trade up in front of TD, who should grab one of these QBs here, right? I'm sitting there, I'm like, yeah, let's go. We can make a deal, right? I trade back, and then he gets Derek Carr, and then boom, he goes D Swift, right?
Yeah, that was weird how that went down. I was like, he had like cute as shit that night, like he was on auto. Also,
and he said he did it on purpose. He said, "No, I wanted Swift."
Yeah,
I don't know if I believe that. I was thinking, well, the only TD wasn't the only one that needed a quarterback. They had two motherfuckers that needed one.
Hey, there were three.
That's the reason I did it, because it was like, I was like, all right, Corky Kirk Cousins is a solid backup, but I was like, well, what if Carr and Corky Kirk go? Then I'm gonna be stuck with motherfucker Zach Wilson or Justin Fields as my super flex, and I don't want that, bro. I don't trust those guys. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just trade up with Bogard, get Derek Carr, and I'm glad I did, because I was able to get. I didn't get an AJ Brown or a Debo, but I got Jerry Jeudy with that pick I got in the 7th round, and now they dropped the charges with Jerry Jeudy. That's the reason Jerry Jeudy slipped to that point. And now they dropped the charges. So
you got that with my pick.
I'm winning. I feel like I got a steal with that.
You got that Jerry Jeudy thing. I was like, oh, you did.
All right, Ronald. All right, you want to go to war, Ronald? All right, I got 2 words for you, Ronald. You ready for this? About the foot thing with Henry, I got 2 words for you. Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant suffered a Jones fracture when he was with the Oklahoma City Thunder. And I think that was like his second last year with him. And guess what? Every year since, it's been an injury problem. The Golden State, he had a couple nice years with them, but then he tore his fucking Achilles with them. And now with the Nets, it's constant knee stuff. I know it's a different sport, but but honestly, that makes it worse. Football is a much more brutal sport than basketball as far as contact, where Henry coming off this foot. I think it's going to be one thing after another, bro. I think after coming off this foot, he's going to be out with a sprained MCL, ankle, something. He's going to end up re-injured this year. I'm telling y'all, there's no way Derrick Henry plays 17 games. And I know I understand what Ronald's thinking, that he's a tank, he's built different, blah, 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 but He broke. The tank broke last year. Once the foot broke,
standard
the tank
leagues.
broke.
He's like Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry, run rock, standard.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. I mean, the tank. I mean, the king is the king lost his crown, bro. Once he broke his foot, that's the end. And if you're right, Ronald, you can come back and say I told you so. But I don't think you're gonna be able to do that, because I'm telling y'all, King Henry is missing at least 3 to 4 weeks this year.
Damn.
And on that note,
somebody look up what's the Haskins kid like? I haven't looked into him yet. How's he built? Like, what was his like?
Oh yeah, Hassan Haskins. Yeah, that's another thing. They drafted him, and I think he'll be better than Darrington Evans.
6'2", 220.
They released.
6'2", 220. So he's like a Derrick Henry wannabe as far as build, because Derrick Henry is like 6'2", but 240. You know what I mean? 230, whatever it is.
Ron's gonna keep poking the bear.
Oh, about I mean, I'm not saying I took Najee over CMC. I mean, yeah, I took CMC in the 14. But I'll tell you this, I think CMC is much better than King Henry in redraft, because CMC is going to catch 80 balls if healthy. What's King Henry going to catch? 20? King Henry's not a receptions guy.
I mean, he was on the rise for a sec there with the receptions. Like, this is life after it was the same coordinator, not the same. It was life after Arthur Smith, right? So there is an argument to be made. But I don't think it's a likely argument because there's no more AJ Brown neither. Like, there's just too many dynamics that are going to change. Where, like, I worry about Henry. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I'm very worried about him.
I would love to have Henry. all day. But just we're in redraft. We're in redraft season. Like, I'm not gonna pay no first round.
Yeah, and Henry's
like,
still going in
he'll
the
never
top
not go
half
in
of
the
the
first
first
round.
in redraft to where like I'm just like
He'll never not go in the first round.
yeah, I'm not fucking
Right.
with it.
He's
'cause
gonna be
it's
the
like,
top half of
Yeah,
every first round.
Of course. So I just never have him this year, or probably
Yeah.
ever in redraft.
yeah, but I tell you what, my top 3 is Taylor, Eckler,
Who got picked?
and Najee.
Guru's on the
Oh,
clock
I'm on the
now.
fucking clock. Oh shit!
Yes, we got
God
some.
damn
we
it,
got
Harley
the,
Mays. Harley Mays
Kyren-
took Jacoby Myers. I was thinking about taking him.
Ooh,
Yeah.
my baloney has the first name.
Kyren Williams went at the 20.2, and then Jacoby Myers
He took
just
the
went.
scat back to end all scat backs.
Yeah,
All 5'8" and 180 pounds of them.
I tell you
So
what,
Ron-
you know what? I
So
gotta
Ron's
do
top
this,
four:
bro.
JT, Henry, Eckler, and Najee. And shit, that's to each his own. Because for me, it's going to be JT, Najee, Eckler, CMC, and then Henry.
I'm about to make my rankings, man.
Oh yeah, we gotta have the rank. I tell you what, I was thinking.
You're gonna have the great debate.
We're gonna have the ranking summit. So
Yeah.
if I'm gonna have a ranking
Yes.
summit
Hey,
show
ooh,
where
let's do that
y'all
with the
are all
Playmakers.
invited. Yeah, we can.
Let's
I was like, Hustler, Bogard, JD, Peacock, BW, Jimmo,
Yeah.
shit, Clock. If he's back by then, whoever wants to come on, like we'll do a ranking summit and hash it out. Like we'll come up with our consensus, like to where like like, all right, so and so is on the board, like. Number 1, JT. Any objections? No. All right, JT's number 1. Then we move on. All right, next up to nominate is CMC. Any objections? Anybody? Yeah, I think Najee should be above
Man,
CMC.
I'm gonna be the worst in that because I'm always gonna want to go with whoever else. I'm like, nah, fuck that. Let's go. You know what I mean? I'm even trying to take Brees Hall.
We're all just going to be yelling at each other, right? For the first.
No, just me.
That's going to be a lot of it. If we're just like a consensus top 12.
Oh
like
yeah, there's gonna be a lot of
or-
debating and yelling. I believe, but
turn
that
in our
makes for good content, cutting edge
Or if we
content.
turn in
as
our
he
rankings.
likes to say.
I like that
Yeah.
though.
And I do
I
like
like
that.
debating them on the spot like that. That's kind of the point of it. Like,
Well,
to
you
kinda
said
so
both-
people could hear our us going at it as far as why we think so and so should be above so and so.
Bogart just said it right there. How we should turn in the rankings. If we turn it in and then have a big sheet, and then we already know what the consensus is, and we can who's
then
high
we'll
on
have
this,
it
who's
out.
low on that.
Okay, well I'll tell you what for the play. I mean that's it.
Yeah.
I was like for my show, I want to have it to where like it's just raw and uncut, or no
Okay,
one
like
turns
we're
anything.
drafting.
Yeah,
I like that.
kind
I
of
like
like
that
that.
too,
Yeah.
then.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Okay,
Y'all
I'm
stay
on that
tuned. We'll
panel.
figure it out. We'll figure it out.
And
I'm on that
Having
panel.
our power meeting live here.
B flat soul sack
What is
said
what we
Eckler's
do?
overrated. He's a glorified scat back, 12
Yeah.
TDs
Come
last
on.
season.
Flat
9
soul
over the
sack.
previous
I've
four.
been vibing with you
killing
all
that
night, but I
shit.
can't agree with that, bro.
What? That's
glorified
incorrect.
Flat back.
We heard- I mean,
Damn.
JD was
That's
talking about it
crazy.
for a
earlier.
reason. Eckler's
That's
that
cool.
motherfucker, bro.
The goal line work and the red zone work.
Hey,
like, I mean,
Eckler's
that's,
a boy, bro.
yeah, it's just different now. We can't compare him to when he was a backup to Gordon.
This redraft.
Yeah, we're not talking.
Right.
Eckler's a
dynasty.
boy.
Yeah,
Yes.
Everybody I draft on to any of my redraft teams, I'm expecting them to die for me, right? So that's where you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know it's listen.
We don't want them to die before
Analyze it.
the Super Bowl. We
In
want 'em-
fantasy wise, I'm talking about though.
if they
but this
die
is
week 18,
I won't be
who
scared
cares?
to draft. I won't be scared to draft these injury-prone guys, is what I was about to say. You know what I
and
mean?
Ron, you said CMC is always too expensive for you. That means that you weren't on him in his first or second year. And I
He
mean,
just
those
might
were
not have
those
never
were the
been
best
like that.
years because you didn't have to pay for it like a top 5 pick or whatever for him.
He used to be like 11, 12, 2-1.
Yeah. In 2018, I got him in the early second, late
That's
first
what
in a grip of leagues. Like people didn't have the respect for him yet.
Hey, because you know what, too? Is all people, you know what was the knock on CMC, right? After his rookie years, they would be like, oh, he didn't have no touchdowns in the regular season because he had his first touchdown in the playoffs against the Saints.
Yeah.
And the Saints beat them 3. They went, 3-0 against them. You know what I'm saying? Side note, but
Oh, Spencer with the homer pick.
I had to do it, bro. I don't have any Saints on this team, so I had to do it. Go with man of God, Demario Davis, baby. Our big dog tackling linebacker. I tell y'all this. Here's a stat for y'all on Demario Davis, bro. That boy is 100 tackles in the bank for the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. He's had over 100 tackles. In 7 of the past 9 years, he's had over 100.
He's like the Saint Snacks Harrison.
That's what I'm saying. He's getting up in age. I'll admit this is a dynasty, but I've got a pretty young team, so I figure, you know what? It's time to add a vet. Give me Demario, bro. That's my dude.
That's how you play it, though. That's a good way. That's a good way to play it, though. Is like just get proven guys in your starting lineups. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to remember we have 19 starting spots in this league. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
He's my IDP.
Just need producers. And however you can find them, we just got to get them.
Yeah, bro. I know I've got Buckner, the big boy from the Colts, a former Niner. I've got the black guy.
All he does is eat.
Yep, Tremaine Edmonds, the big dog linebacker from the Bills, and Demario, and then the 2 stud safeties, and Minka Fitzpatrick and Jalen Thompson. So I'm liking how my little IDPs are shaking out. I got 6 solid
over there, B.
And Ron says because he plays with savages. Show me your drafts from 2017 to 2018.
Hey, no, because you know what though? That's
in our league, Ron. Then you can play with savages.
Hey, let me explain that. He says that sarcastically.
Yeah, exactly.
I always tell him, you don't rock with savages, bro. Mm-hmm. You are not a savage, bro.
You play in your home leagues. Yeah, exactly.
You play in your home leagues. And then I said, Dad, did you beat them last year? Oh, no.
I'm a diamond level in Yahoo.
You should have been, if you're in a home league and you've been playing with motherfuckers forever, you should be able to destroy everyone. It's become psychological. When you start fucking with people for like 5, 6, 7 year long leagues, you know these motherfuckers. Like, it's war. They know me. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't know. It's easier to maneuver like that too. It becomes more of like a fucking intelligence game as to know who you're gonna get. You know what I mean?
So he said CMC went 4 in that league in his second year. And in that league, so they know something.
Well, that fucker lucked out because he drafted him at a ceiling.
Yeah.
Actually, he still got a value because he ended up finishing number 1, right? No. 2018? Yeah.
Was he number 1 2018? It was something like that. He was top 4 for
2019,
sure.
He was 1.
Yeah.
2019, he was 1. 2018, was he top 5?
Yeah, he was really good in 2018. Yeah, because 17 was his rookie year. 18 was his breakout year.
He went cray.
Yeah, he went cray in 18. Yeah, he was really good. He caught 107 in 18. In 19, he really went cray when he had that.
That's when he did the Roger Cray.
He caught 116. Yeah, that boy was insanity.
And that was with Cam. And then in 2019, he did it with whoever. It was fucking Kyle Allen.
Kyle Allen. Yeah, Will Greer and goddamn and then Cam, I think, but he was hurt a lot of
Kyle Allen.
Yeah,
I was at that game when they started the tight end. It was the tight end appreciation day. I was at that game. It was us against Carolina because it was an inside joke between Kittle and motherfucking what's his name? Greg Olsen. Yeah, bro, and fucking they were giving out Kittle bobbleheads and shit. I was super turned that game. But anyways.
Well, let's get up out of here. We've been running.
Let's go. Take us home.
Yes, round robin it. Spencer, tell everyone where to find you at.
All right. Yeah, you can find me at Spencer the Guru on all social media platforms and also at bet.nola.com where I've got articles. And we talked a little bit of baseball tonight. I just dropped tomorrow morning, I'm dropping an article, an update on all the MLB futures. So for those of y'all looking to bet on like Cy Young, MVP, Rookie of the Year, World Series, all that shit, check this shit out because I detailed how much the shit changes. Like, for example, Manny Machado was like plus 2,000 to win MVP before the year. Now he's at plus 300 because he's off to a hot start. So you don't want to bet on him right now. Bet on the boys that are struggling. For example, Juan Soto off the slow start, only at plus 1,800. I mean, that's a value. I mean, that's a young stud that if he gets hot in the second half could still win that shit. So Y'all can go check that out there, bet.noah.com. And then, yes, at Spencer the Guru mock draft Monday, every Monday evening at 9 p.m. Eastern. Guccini, Huss, Bogey, any of y'all that want to hop on and be my guest on that, feel free. You're always welcome. And yeah, every Monday it's lit. We mix it up. Sometimes it's redraft, sometimes it's dynasty, sometimes it's super flex, sometimes it's single QB. This week it's probably gonna be super flex redraft, but we'll have it sealed and delivered in a little bit. But yeah, that's Spencer the Guru, y'all. It's popping.
Yeah.
Guccini.
Hey, what it do, man? Y'all can find me at Hard to Start Fantasy Podcast on Instagram, on the YouTube. You know what I mean? Me and Cuzzo run both of them motherfucking pages. You know, the personal page, Guccini JD. You know what I mean? You can tap in with my dogs right here, man. You know what I mean? Shit, can't wait till next Wednesday, man.
Yeah, we're getting it with these concepts.
Yeah, JD, when y'all start running hard to start again, hit me up, bro. I'd love to make a guest appearance.
Oh, that's big, bro. That's big. I'm glad to hear that, bro.
You gotta bring the Raging Cajun.
Motherfucking right.
Yeah, and I tell you what, once the timing gets perfect, I'm gonna pull up to the studio. You best
That's
believe
big. That motherfucker ready, bro. My mama. I'm trying to get that motherfucking A1 quality to where it can be some real cook-ups in that bitch. So, you know what I mean? In between time, man, it don't matter. We in that motherfucker cooking, bro.
Yeah. Hey, that's that real.
Everybody more than welcome, dog. And that's some real shit.
I was so blessed to be in that studio because when I saw your dad's documentary series, like, that's where he was born, right? In that. In one of them joints, right? Is that was the one, right?
Oh, my mama.
See, that was crazy. When I was like, damn, I was there. When he was describing in a documentary joint,
100%.
You know what I mean? How the layout was of the compound, little mini compound. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, I was in that one, Strowman.
Oh my mind. Hey, I'm trying to tell you, bro. Hey, look, facts, Huss. Spence, bro, Bogue, you already know, bro. You niggas is more than, hey.
Especially now, I'm sure a flight from Vegas over there ain't nothing.
Hey, all you gotta do is go to Stockton and we'll swoop you up.
You know the cool thing is too, though, bro. What I think would be some dope ass content is all of us in one spot, just watching like the Sunday Ticket. You got the Sunday Ticket on one joint. You got a couple of local joints. You know what I mean? How Fox and CBS got joints. You got three joints. You got and we, you know.
Hey, it's finna happen.
Flying for a weekend, like during one of the regular season.
Hey, I'm telling you,
it's finna happen.
Everybody in one spot.
Yeah,
bro.
we need to do that.
I'm finna be out there. In JD and under JD's umbrella. Like
I'm telling you, Saints bye week. I'm telling you, the Saints bye week this year is week 14. You know, for my work, like they'll probably let me have off that weekend. The Saints bye week. I'm gonna try to
the Saints played at 9. The Saints played at 9.
Oh, and the Saints played at 9ers
in the Bay too.
That'd be hard as fuck, bro.
Yeah, we'd be like house divided. I'll be cheering for the Saints and y'all the Niners. I'll be like,
hey, trust me, there will be a ton of Saints fans out there. You won't feel naked.
Definitely.
Yeah.
They was there when it was Alex Smith versus Drew Brees.
Hell yeah. It was going down.
Dick.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be.
Mama, they was. Pause. My bad.
Oh yeah, because like I think as soon as I was like, about the Saints, my headphones came. I was like, man, I might even watch it. And the Niner game's gonna be on my ass if I like go to the
Fuck, bro.
But it's all love though. We can do it. It's all love, man. If y'all beat us, it's all love. You know, if we beat y'all, then I know y'all ain't gonna take it.
Hold on. We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
We'll see. Well, that's what I'm saying. The bye week, I think might work out better because then, like, you know, I'll just be chilling. I'll just have the Tito's in hand, just getting drunk. Like, I mean, my Saints won't even be playing that week.
Dude.
Okay, you know what? We might could do that.
See,
yeah.
No, I'm telling you, bro. Hey, I mean, you've been in that motherfucking man. That motherfucking house like 7 of us, bro.
And for us, right? Hold on. You could fly into like Stocktown, right? for like $70, and then we're gonna swoop you up. You'd be like 45, 50, like maybe an hour with some traffic away.
Easy.
Swoop you up real quick in the little fucking ride the little Allegiance joint.
I'm
There we go.
It's nobody's never even heard of it. It might even be the small plane.
Hey.
Because I'm going this weekend. I'm going from Vegas to Ontario. Ticket cost me $20.
Canada?
No, Ontario, California.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. I don't know geography.
SoCal, but I got a ticket for $20. $20.
God damn.
The Uber ride to the airport is going to cost me more than the plane ticket.
Right.
But they got one of them solar powered planes.
No, it's Frontier. I mean, it's one of the late night joints.
Frontier, just like Allegiance.
Oh, yeah, on them red eye joints.
Yeah, I mean, it's only an hour flight, but it's like one of the ones that takes off at like 11 o'clock at night.
That's still crazy.
But no one's going to be on that plane, I'm sure.
It's like Ryan. It's like an expensive, like taxi. It's not. It's like a cheap taxi.
Yeah, not even, man. Like my Uber ride's gonna cost more than $20. Like that's for sure.
Yeah, I wonder what the customs is like when you're going through that motherfucker. Like how they treat, like, you know what I mean?
No, Southern California.
It's all domestic. Them motherfuckers ain't.
Yeah.
Hey, you can have a half zone and walk through them motherfucker, bruh.
Right,
Have your draws, as long as you make it through the scanner, nigga, they not tripping.
The draws drop.
No, you throw it in the you just throw it in the carry-on. You didn't even.
Yeah, that is these days.
Yeah, man. I told Bogey how much I came back with from this.
Yeah, you give all kind of concentrates too. That was a trip.
Yeah,
I'm still be scared to move like that, but you know, I was like, oh, now we can do that. That's right.
I mean, I was scared. I was scared as hell.
Work.
Everybody on that a specific plane, everyone had a backpack and a carry-on like, full of everything. Like it was crazy. On
that note,
let's get the hell up out of here.
Yeah, let's do it.
We're out.
With the run pass option, I run shit or I shred from the pocket. I'm always shopping, I'm always copping, and always pray I'm falling like leaves an item. Hey, what could I say? I make plays every day. Catch me with a thick one, make her pay what she weigh. And then some. Welcome to my kingdom. Really in the field, never got my feet up. Go hard, push a hard line. Yeah, been around, peep the archives. Yeah. Off top, it's a long grind. You don't need to watch to see that it's our time, yeah. I'm counting chips, finna take the chip. You counterfeits, better pay attention. I'm about to check, catch me in my bag. Sunday to Sunday, living that. We make plays every day, yeah.